Looking to get into competitive virtual reality gaming? Register and compete for free at VRMasterLeague.com. Join hundreds of community members in the official Discord, where you can find a team, discuss a game, and more. Every week, teams from across the globe play for the chance to participate in the end-of-season championship tournament for prizes from league sponsors, ProTube VR, and VR Cover. Think you got what it takes? Join VR Master League and find out.
Sickness getting dangerously close to objective, though. He is going for the plant.
Operator taking shots. They know he's back by the objective room.
Keto's has no idea Beasley managed to get past him. It's going to be a 3v3 for beginners.
But this is catastrophic for Raphael, right?
Soul defended out to the map.
God, look at this.
Kills on him.
He did it!
He's getting greedy. Is he gonna get it? He gets it! He gets the knife!
A grenade returning for Sir Al, and Sir Al is down! That's how you throw a grenade.
You hear someone here?
He hears Scooby. He got Scooby. Another one coming. Operator. He got Operator. Oh! That was too close.
Oh my gosh.
Hello and welcome everyone to an exciting Onward match. Today we are here with Sleepy. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, Nightfire. Thanks for asking. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a great game today. We've got Mob Squad versus G-Men, both some very competitive teams today. I'm interested to see what's going to happen. What about you?
I'm really excited. I've joined a couple of lobbies with G-Men. They've been putting in a lot of work lately. They've been coming up with plays, and they're really getting serious this season. So it'll be really interesting to see how they are going to do with one of the very top teams, Mob Squad. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I've definitely noticed the same thing. I've been in a lot of lobbies lately with a lot of the G-Men guys. Of course, I've been in a lot of lobbies with the Mob Squad guys lately too, and both teams are really competitive. Mob Squad's got that momentum still going from the UK Invitational, but G-Men, they've been playing strong. They played a couple of good teams. It looks like they played SMC Tactical for their first game and managed to pull that one out, and they had a challenge match with Gunning on Empty, and they managed to just crush that one. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen here, especially with some of the more recent roster changes.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. One of the biggest things, too, is G-Men have been a veteran team basically from the very beginning. They've been one of the first teams to ever join this league, and now here they are 5 seasons later, still playing as one of the higher-up teams. So is this going to be the season that we see them make it all the way to the top and possibly end the season on a very high note?
You know, who knows? There's a lot of strong teams out there, and I think that UK Invitational that we've just recently had definitely lit a fire under some people's heinies to get their stuff in gear and really start putting out their A game, because we're seeing a lot of guys, even guys we might not have seen or thought of as being near top of the leaderboard, coming out strong. We saw Stone Cold Killers just decimating their opponents in their first couple of games. Mob Squad, they had some recent roster changes going on, but they're fighting through. They're under the leadership of Squigookin now. All of those guys, great guys, got the opportunity to meet them in Leicester when we had the UK Invitational. So yeah, I think we're going to see an exciting match no matter what.
Oh, I completely agree. Now, man, I mean, just both teams have done some amazing work so far. Now, on top of that, worldwide right now, G-Men are placing number 3, being 2-0 right now. Dang, just biggest thing right now will be, will Mob Squad be able to bounce back from the Danglers match that they just had?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I've heard a lot of ramblings that Mob Squad was quite upset after that defeat to Danglers. And don't get me wrong, I'm on the Danglers roster, so I'm super excited about that win. However, I don't think they're going to let that hold them down. Mob Squad is one of those teams where something like this, they're going to come back. They're going to come back hard, and I think they might try and put the screws to G-Men today. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen there.
Yeah, this team here, Mob Squad, has some amazing unity that we've seen. I mean, just the way that they are able to work together and come together with some plays has been just absolutely incredible. And their timing when they are going after an objective and trying to take that command post and taking out all the players we've seen some really impressive plays from all of them.
Yeah, absolutely. They completely, we saw they had the east building on quarantine against Danglers, and they had the south spawn at gas station, and man, they were just lightning quick. That push up the south side was just so fast. They were coming in really quick. Now, Danglers did manage to shut that down and slow it up a bit, give themselves some breathing room. But I gotta say, at the start, man, they were just on it. They were coordinated. They were moving together, and it was quick. It was fast. It was snappy. But they also can play it slow. I've also seen them make plays where they move up slow. They kind of surround the objective, and then at a certain time period, you get the call. The smokes go out, and then they're coordinated and they're attacking simultaneously, which a lot of times can cause that confusion and error in teams defending. So. Yeah, I mean, there are a multitude of skills. All of them are shooters. It's really hard to tell. And then again, you've got G-Man on the other side. Biggie Smalls, the Man 404, Wolfie Knight, all those guys. Their new addition, Chief Pineapple, one of my close, dearest friends from the old Great Apes. All of them, good shots, smart guys. It's just nothing but excitement ready to get this one kicked off.
Oh, for sure. Now, one of the biggest things I also like about Mob Squad is there's no real player that really stands out with them. I mean, they all work together super tight, and they all have their certain roles that they are really good with. And with that working together, they are able to use their individual skills to get the objective done together.
Yeah, absolutely. They're one of those teams where they do have some bright stars, but at the same time, their whole team shines brightly enough to where you can't pick one out if you wanted to. They've all got their pluses. They've all got their minuses. I mean, we saw Nolamite really coming out strong at the UK Invitational, pulling some amazing flanks. I remember being in the watch room there at ESL and just thinking, oh my God, what is Nolamite doing? He's going out on this crazy push, and then he ends up with 3 kills at the end and ends up winning the round for Mob Squad. And then you got guys like Squigukin, who is kind of like the next Arsenic as far as sniping. He's a great long-range shot. Semper, he's a sneaky one. He's known to be that sly little snake in the grass to sneak up on you. And then Plots was killing it at the UK. STB, I didn't have the fortunate ability to meet him at the UK event due to some issues there, but always a strong player. And Pupachu, another nice guy, but yet another killer went out there on the field. So.
Yeah, oh my gosh, just they're all and they're a brand new team, and they're at the top. I love it. It's awesome. It's a great thing to see, and I think it helps other new teams who are coming into the league also to say, hey, look, this is a team who just came in last season and they finished number 2 on the East Division. So don't count them out. Now, at the same time, I'm really curious, and I am excited to see what kind of plays G-Men have decided to come up with. They've been working strategically to figure out and find the best ways to move and to get to objectives, to defend objectives. And one map that I'm really curious, and I hope that we see today from G-Men, is Quarantine, because that seems to me to be one of their best maps.
Yeah, agreed. I'm also ready to see what this new long, strong G-Men team is all about, because they put up well in their first 2 matches so far this season. Currently ranked 3rd worldwide on the standings, and they've been working to meld in some of their newer players, their new pickup chief. So yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting. On another note, Silent, it looks like we do have the lobby password. Should we go ahead and hop into the lobby there?
Yes. Can you send that over to me also, please?
Absolutely, sir.
Thank you. Yep, and so guys, we are going to be loading in right now, and we will be back momentarily.
Looking to get into competitive virtual reality gaming? Register and compete for free at vrmasterleague.com. Join hundreds of community members in the official Discord, where you can find a team, discuss a game, and more. Every week, teams from across the globe play for the chance to participate in the end-of-season championship tournament for prizes from league sponsors, ProTube VR, and VR Cover. Think you got what it takes? Join VR Master League and find out.
Sickness getting dangerously close to objective, though. He is going for the plant.
Operator taking shots. They know he's back by the objective room.
Kino's has no idea Beasley managed to get past him. This is going to be a 3v3 for beginners.
But this is catastrophic for Raphael, right?
Soul defender now to the map.
God,
He
look
comes
at
down,
this.
kills all of them.
He did it! I didn't even see it!
He's getting greedy. Is he gonna get it? He gets it. He gets the knife.
A grenade returning for Sir Al, and Sir Al is down. That's how you throw a grenade.
You hear someone here?
He hears Scooby. He hears Scooby. He got Scooby. Another one coming.
Gets one,
Operator.
gets
He
two.
got operator.
Oh!
That was too close. All right, guys, and here we go, loading in right now. Let's get. Oops. Ah.
Well, what the heck?
There we go. Okay, cool. Sorry for this technical difficulty, guys. It's being a little finicky right now. There we go. There we go. Alright, perfect. Well, guys, and it looks like with that being said, the first map that we are loading into on is going to be some tanker. So that'll be an interesting one. It'll be fun to see how they end up doing playing on this dark map. It's also going to be interesting casting it, seeing as sometimes it is difficult to see what's going on, but we will try our best.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one to cast. The lighting definitely doesn't help us be able to give you guys a great view. We do have a flashlight available to us to try and shine some light on things, and of course we do have the player outlines that we can try and see through some walls and such as well. But we're going to do our best to make sure you guys get the best view possible for this matchup today.
Yes, for sure. And we are excited to see who this is. And it looks like this will be Mob Squad's pick. And G-Men have opted to choose defense. It's something that we see a lot. Generally, when you do pick a team, generally when the other team picks a map, the other team generally goes for defense first. Why do you think that is?
I'm sorry, you said if when one team picks the map, the other team opts for the defense first? Is that
Yes,
correct?
that is correct.
Yes, so my opinion as a player and as someone, when you typically aren't the one choosing the map, you know that that other team has chosen the map for a specific reason. They have an idea, they have a plan of attack, but you've always got that Volk starting advantage that you can fall back on if it's a back and forth round.
Mm-hmm.
If you start out round one, you get your win on defense, it goes back and forth, it's 3-3, and you end up on that Volk defense for that last round, you have a better shot of being able to secure that map victory by being able to defend rather than to be the one that has to be on the move and attacking and really, kind of just probing a defense. It's a lot harder to attack in a lot of these maps than it is to defend. So that's kind of the meta, is to choose defense when the other team chooses the map. However, some teams do switch it up. Some teams like to attack first, depending on the map, if they feel confident enough. I mean, look at Danglers just the other day. They took Marsoc when Mob Squad chose Quarantine 1. So, you never know what you're going to see. But I'd say that the meta is definitely for the non-map choosers to pick defense for their first round.
Yeah, yeah, I would definitely agree there. This is going to be very interesting too also, with it being tanker. A lot of this, map right here is out of people's comfort zones. This is something that a lot of teams don't really practice with a lot, especially when it first came out. This was one map, like, for example, that Danglers really focused on because they knew a lot of teams don't really like night maps. And so they became really good at it. And I'm wondering if Mob Squad has really practiced this and tried to fine-tune this so that they can be a full-fledged force on this map and be a dominating map to where when they go against other people, they know they can basically secure this map.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can tell you from experience, Danglers do love them some tanker. But you know, a lot of teams are picking up tanker. They're not backing down from it for sure. Sorry about that, just setting a camera. But yeah, absolutely. Tanker's starting to come out more and more frequently now. We're seeing it's a good map. It definitely has its fun moments in it. It can be tough to cast because once they go down downstairs into the hull of the ship, you got very tight quarters, a lot of walls. It's hard for us to follow the action effectively, but makes for some good gameplay, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely, especially those tight quarters. It's very easy. In fact, there was one last season that I saw of where Stumpy Nub was watching 3 G-men come in, or no, it wasn't G-men. I forget who it was. I think it was Burning Chrome. They were coming in to attack on the bottom of the hole, and Stumpy Nub went and threw a grenade, and in the hallway managed to take out all 3 of the people attacking in. And so with that tight quarter play, it makes it to where some casualties can happen extremely fast, and you got to be very careful with what you do to be able to take the objective. Also, we've seen a lot of smokes become very vital on the attacks.
Yeah, absolutely. Smokes have always been a great way to cover your attack and cover your plant, but you're seeing it a lot more just in general use as well. A lot of street crossings. A lot of distractions even. Someone will throw a smoke away from the objective to draw everyone's eyes there, especially if it's 1 or 2 defenders left. So yeah, it definitely gets interesting for sure.
And especially on a map that you already can't really see on. Throwing more smokes on top of that and making it even harder for you to see. I mean, there's times when people will literally just, right when the round starts, they will just book it and all run towards the map, throwing smokes onto the objective and try to get the objective planted before the team even really knows what's going on, and we've seen that happen a couple of times in the league.
Oh yeah, for sure. The smokes, though, there has been a bit of an issue lately with the performance on smokes. I know the dev team's working hard to figure that out. Just gotta hope that everyone gets that fair play when all the multiple smokes come out, because it does suck when someone's stuck with slow frame rate or performance issues due to smokes being thrown by the other team, and if that causes them to die or lose the uplink, that can be unfortunate. Unfortunately, it is the nature of the game. It's something that everyone has to live with, but it's tough to watch that on a competitive side. And being a player and knowing that that could be a make or break point for a map, for a match, for the series, for any of that. So
yeah, I completely agree with you there. That can be very disheartening, and it can also hurt you personally, like mentally, kind of be down on you when you lose the objective because of lag. It can really play mind games with you.
absolutely.
So, and with that being said, it looks like we are waiting for one more joining the room on Mob Squad's side. Other than that, so far for G-Men, it looks like we got their roster. We are going to be having Swooty O, who is a newer player added to the team, Nightfire, 4G4, the G-Man himself, and Chief Pineapple for the lineup today.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how Chief Pineapple is going to perform here. He's a new pickup for them. Oh.
False alarm.
False alarm. Thought we were going to go 4v5 there for a moment. All right. It looks like all 5 are here now for Mob Squad as well. Looks like we're going to have STB House, Nola Mite, R. Semper, Plots the Dab King himself, and then their team leader, Squigookin. Let's hope that we get this match underway here pretty soon and get in on this action. But as I was saying before we got that false start, I'm really excited to see how Chief Pineapple is going to perform here today. Again, he came from the team that I left at the end of last season, which is the Great Apes. Great bunch of guys. I know for both him and myself, no bad blood in the bunch, but we both moved on to, other pastures. I won't say greener pastures because that wouldn't be fair to the apes. But we both moved on with the other teams, and Chief got picked up here by the G-Men. It's a strong team, strong pickup for G-Men. I'm just kind of excited to see how he's going to do here with them and how he's going to help add to their chemistry as an already established team.
Yeah, and on the flip side, I mean, here like we've talked about a little bit before, R Simper and Nullamite are ones that I am really excited to see. Nullamite for the aggressiveness and R Simper for the patience. He is a very slow mover and very good. Yeah, I saw that. Excuse me. Well, we'll see what happens with G-Men. Well, they were all there, and then they just made a run for it.
Maybe we're seeing a map change here. I'm not sure.
What I'm thinking they probably did is they went in and they discussed where what bands they were going to do.
That seems accurate.
So yeah, it looks like they might be remaking the room. So with that being said, guys, we are going to be loading in to another room. Stand by. Uh-oh. They were not friendly and didn't make it for us. That doesn't help.
Oh, did they make a new lobby and not include spectator slots?
Yeah, and it filled up immediately.
Oh boy. All right, let me send a message to Squid Gook in there. Is he still the host of that lobby?
Yes, he is.
Hopefully he hears this.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Okay, hang in there, please. We will hopefully have this fit for you pretty quick. Let me see. Okay, message Nightfire. We'll see what happens. Hey, real quick, we're not able to get into the room. Okay.
What's the word, Bert?
Well, on the plus side, I did tell Swooty and 404. Nightfire's muted on both ends. So, we'll see. We'll just keep an eye on the lobby. See if they are friendly and let us in. Yeah, there is an opening now. Try to get in now on join as observer. Yep, okay, I'm in. Go ahead and join.
Roger, joining now.
Perfect.
Reconfirm the password here with myself. All right, loading in now.
Okay, we are both in.
There, folks.
Yep, we are in and good to go. Let's hope they don't change it. So it looks like there was 2 band maps. The band maps are Tanker and Suburbia.
Figures. The first map that we thought we were starting on is the one that they're end up not going to play. But that's all right. Tanker's a hard one to catch all the action on. It's hard for everyone at home to see. And Suburbia, you know, Suburbia is like the nuke town of Onward. So, you know, any of those of us, us extreme, you know, experienced players, we've all seen Suburbia 100 times. Most of us know exactly what these teams are going to do on it. Now, granted, the newcomers, those tuning in for the first time, maybe checking out what Onward VR is about, you know, that would be something new for them. But for us, we've seen a lot of Suburbia play. I think there's some better maps for some great games, especially for some teams like this who have such great coordination and teamwork on their side.
Yes, exactly. And this map, and one thing that is also very interesting about competitive lobbies is it is going to be the same objective on both sides. So G-Men are going to be attacking this one, and then the same objective Mob Squad is going to be attacking next. And that makes for interesting plays.
It does. I think it's good. It does feel like it gives some balance to the game. You don't have to worry so much about randomly guessing, and now being able to see those objectives on your whiteboard in the lobby, which was recently added by the devs, definitely a plus as well.
Yes, and on top of that, one thing that is really cool for you as the viewers is you now get a look in on how each team attacks the same objective and also defends the same objective. So this is really cool for those teams who are trying to look up for new strats and new ideas to help get them higher leveled and, you know, playing more strategically together. They can look at what, you know, the G-Men and Mob Squad, two top teams, are doing and apply what they're doing to themselves. And that's really cool.
Yeah. Sorry, gonna go ahead and go back in here and add the team names.
No problem. So, with that being said, everyone is now officially in the room. And now we are going to, everyone's readied up. So it looks like we are going to be starting here, hopefully within the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm excited. This first objective set for attackers and defenders is going to be an interesting one. You've got Red Truck or West Mini Market, whatever your call out may be. It's a tough one to defend, especially because you've got so many entrances coming from the south side, the west side, the east, the north, so many little buildings with windows and holes. Attacking this objective is not easy, but defending it is also not as well. You got to make sure not to get picked quick, because if you do, you're leaving your team with a hole in its coverage, and that is definitely not something you want.
Yes, there are a lot of rooms that you are able to hide in and sneak in around. But at the same time, defending, and when you're attacking in, you have to kind of guess and, you know, check corners, pre-fire a couple of places, because you have a couple of ideas of where people are going to be, but you don't know. And that's the scary part. Especially this season, we are finding a lot more places that are good hiding spots that are giving other players some good ideas for defenses to help defend the objective on. And we wait. First round is the hardest to get started, folks, and then once they do get started, we are good to go. So it's just getting that first round going.
Absolutely, yeah. And unfortunately, one of the downsides to the map being added to the chalkboard, the whiteboard. Oh, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first match, Mob Squad, first map, first round of Mob Squad versus G-Men kicking off now.
And with that being said, it looks like the G-Men got spawned in the upper south corner. So they have a pretty good spread that they are going to be able to get on Mob Squad.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, the standard spawn for the Red Truck West Market objective for Mob Squad being that northwestern corner. And we've already got a few pushing into position. We've got Plots and Nolamite up on the top wall in the north side, watching for any northern flanks. That northern flank definitely hurt them in that match against Danglers the other day. Let's see here. It looks like we've got Squigookin and STB House kind of late to get to their positions. They are, you know, still moving around with it 30 seconds in, and you've got our Semper sitting, waiting in the kill room.
And with some shots fired already, looks like everyone is still up. I'm actually really impressed by STB's placement also, especially with 3 of the G-Men coming around. That is a very strong spot for him. With that being said, though, there is some movement going on between Nightfire and maybe contact with our Semper coming up soon. lot of nades going out. Our Semper's got to be careful, though. His body is making a little bit of movement.
Yeah, and it looks like we already have 3 G-men over on the southwest pushing up. You've got Chief Pineapple, Swoodio, and the G-man all sitting right here by the west white car area, looking like they're about to make a push on that mini market on the far west side. And from the looks of it, it looks like you've just got, let's see here, who is that? It looks like Squigookin sitting directly on top of the objective, and you've got STB House tucked in a corner on the south cross of the main street. Oh, and STB House is about to pick up Swoodio, and Swoodio goes down by STB House. G-Man heard it, though, and he's put shots back on STB, suppressing him. Chief Pineapple is backing him up.
He's got to be a little careful, though, with Nightfire being around the corner. STB House has a chance of maybe being picked off. Nightfire did retreat back. And excuse me. Oh, man, but one is flanking in from behind, knows where Nightfire is.
Well, yep, looks like Nolamite's coming in from behind. Oh, and he does get Nightfire.
And with that being said, that means G-Men now is down 2 people.
Yeah, down 2, about halfway through the map, or through the round here. Still got all 5 defenders up, and now the defenders are going on a flank. He looks like you got Nolamite rushing around through that southwest block. Might actually catch Chief Pineapple and G-Man here on the backside if they're not careful.
Yeah.
G-Man's going to check their 6.
And knowing that you now have 2 people up, or they are 2 people down, and you have that advantage, I mean, Nolamite alone, he has this chance that he's able to take now.
Yep, and Nolamite has definitely made it all the way around them. He takes shots and does not clear Chief, but Chief is aware.
And Nolamite taken out by the G-Man.
Yep, good coverage from G-Man. He heard the shot come out at Chief Pineapple. He recovered, turned around, and took out Nolamite, which was their biggest threat at this point. We've still got what looks like 404 moving up on the north side of the map. Real slow, though, so he's not particularly assisting his team much. Maybe he could put some shots off, get a distraction going, try and draw some of that attention away from his guys in the south. But for right now, he's moving up real slow, but you know, who knows? That might work out for him. He might end up being the man to come in and cap this thing.
We saw G-Man cross. STB House putting some work in and taking out 3 total people. Now the last threat is going to be 404, who is moving in very slowly and has a chance of getting a couple of picks, but once his placement is known, he's gone.
And unfortunately taken out. It's like our Semper had some ESP or something. He just absolutely knew where to look, and he capitalized on that and took out 404. Good first round, though.
Yeah, definitely. Mob Squad did a very good job of watching all objectives. At the same time, though, looking in, that north side was left almost practically open. But having 3 of them moving in through the south, and then all of them crossing the street one at a time, which was smart on their part, but at the same time, STB House still managed to pick off all 3.
Yeah, so let's see what happens here. Let's see what the G-Men decide to do on their defense, see if they learned any new tricks from Mob Squad, and see what happens, and also see how Mob Squad are going to attack this objective.
Yeah, I mean, how aggressive are Mob Squad going to be? Because, I mean, they really like to switch up their gameplay a lot of the time, where sometimes they'll be moving super slow and reserved, and then all of a sudden they'll just come at you full force and just rushing you. So, will they try to go and overwhelm the G-Men right off the bat and just play super aggressive to just get some momentum going and keep that momentum going? Or will they just try to keep playing it safe?
Yeah, that's a good call. Knowing Mob Squad, I think they're going to try and come out strong here. They know that they're not playing any slouches. They know G-Men aren't the team to roll over on. However, you know, they've got some pride from that loss yesterday to Danglers, and I think they're going to come out here. I think they're going to come out strong, and hopefully they're going to try and start things off with a cap, get things going in their direction, and keep that momentum rolling this first map.
Yeah, well, I mean, and especially with these first few maps, or these first few weeks, that's really the proving grounds, you know, to where you have a chance to go in and as a team with a brand new season, prove who you are. We are starting out on a basically level playing field. We had a soft reset, and now all these teams are going against each other and trying to get the dominance from the beginning so that they have a best chance of making the top 4 to be able to compete at the end of this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, you throw into the mix the gasoline that was tossed on the fire, which is the VR Master League and of the UK event that was broadcast with our partnership with Oculus and ESL there. These teams, they are not slacking off anymore. I mean, I'm seeing guys on every night playing for multiple hours at a time. I'm seeing some interesting new strategies come out from some of these first games that I've watched. And as you mentioned with that soft MMR reset, we've got teams that only need to play and only need to win two matches to get ranked up on the board this season. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, well, especially here, now that G-Men are 2-0, that's really big. And Mob Squad, if they happen to win this, that will kind of be a thorn in the side of G-Men because, I mean, everyone wants to try to go for the perfect season, don't get me wrong. And to have that one mark on the loss side says a lot.
Oh, yeah, you got that right. But Mob Squad need this win. They need to even out that loss from Danglers so that they can get a decent rank on that first ranking. G-Men, of course, want to hold on to that 2-0 victory, keep themselves up on the top of the board. But, yeah, let's see. So it looks like we're into the action now. We got a 4-man push down the main street with everyone, basically. You got Nolomite sitting in the southern blue room, checking the angles, seeing if there's anyone in kill room. Plots and Squigukin look like pushing up through the center market, trying to catch one of these guys off guard, maybe shoot him in the back. And STB House and Semper just kind of biding their time, waiting for one of the defenders to come out.
Now, Plots is playing it very smart right here, being in the very back of the cubby hole right here. Not a lot of people really know about this, but being back there, it's very hard for you to be seen, and you're able to get a pretty good angle on a lot of things and help moving forward. And Swooty is right there, but again...
Oh, no, it looks like we got a team kill. It looks like Squigukin just took out Plots in that room. He wasn't paying attention, and just like you were saying, it's hard to see in that corner. So I think he might have mistaken Plots for his team, for an enemy, and just took him out, unfortunately. So now Mob Squad are down with a 4-5 game against G-Men here in this attacking round. Not a great way to start out the first attack round of the series.
No, for sure. But again, being in that cubbyhole area, it's very hard, and with how little of lighting gets through there, it's very easy for your uniform to appear darker.
That's true. That is true.
So, and do you want to take a chance pulling out your tablet and possibly giving away your position?
Yeah, exactly. Looks like we've got one man down on G-Men. Not sure. I think it's the G-Man here. Yep, it is. It looks like he got picked from Nolamite down there in the southwest corner. But he is down. He's still giving radio call-outs. Chief Pineapple there backing him up. And it looks like our Semper takes down one with a return from our Semper on the refrag.
And with that being said, Sudi now is in a very strong position to try to figure out what to do. He now knows that at least STB House is there. And so he's trying to read the field, figure out where people are so he can figure out his next way of attack.
All right, looks like Chief Pineapple's managed to get the G-Men back up, giving the G-Men that 4-3, now 4-2 advantage as a frag comes out from 404, clipping one of the Mob Squad members. It's just our Semper and STB House now sitting in the west alleys. You've got our Semper, or I'm sorry, you've got Swoodio in one of the west alley buildings. No, I'm sorry, sitting here by one of the crates, watching that kill room building. But it doesn't look like he's going to see him. Oh, wait, we might see something here. Got our Semper peeking Swoodio, and Swoodio takes the trade, and there's nothing coming in on our Semper side. So now it's all up to STB House. Him versus 3 G-Men in a fairly tight defense as 404 rotates down to the objective.
Well, and with that being said, one of his teammates being taken out to the side now. Ooh, and now him. You got to be worried about someone coming in from behind now, too. And that is a very tough situation, especially if you don't know that there are, 3 people around you, or how many people are actually left. It's hard to read that.
You're right, and you gotta hope that the other team is not counting their kills effectively, because that's one way that a defending team will stay where they're at, and they won't push you. If they're not counting their downs, if they're not counting their kills properly, you know, they don't know when to push and come for that flank. They don't know that there's only one of you left. So at that point, you got to try and take advantage of it. Take as many shots from as different angles as possible. Make them think that you're more than one person, even if you're just by yourself.
Oh, exactly. And that's one of the hardest parts, especially when trades start coming in. As defenders, you know, it's very easy for you to kind of keep track of how many are left are in your team, and you don't really have to worry about as much on who's left on the other team. But when you're attacking, it's a lot more important to know, hey, there are 3 left, there are 2 left, and that can really change how you're going to attack the objective and possibly get a plant. If there's 3 of you left and you know that they possibly have 1 left defending, you're going to be pushing that objective a lot more aggressively, whereas if you don't know how many are left, that can completely change how you play.
Yeah, absolutely. And just for you folks at home, unfortunately, there's a bit of a bug going on with the scoreboard right now. So you are looking at a 2-0 series right now with G-Men up. Mob Squad definitely needs to get themselves on the board here in this next round, which they can because, you know, we've got the East Citizens Plaza objective. Not too difficult of an objective to defend. However, you know, attackers, if they get that rush spawn, they can get in there quick. They can upset you, take a few of your guys out, and really put a hurting on you at the start of the round. So we'll see what happens there, but just wanted to make sure everyone's aware. The score is currently 2-0.
I thought it was 1-1. I thought Mob Squad
no.
won the first one. Huh, okay. Yeah,
Is
and
it?
I think so. I thought Mob Squad won the first one because STB House got the 3 that crossed. I thought they won the first one. I don't know. I'm going to start keeping track of it on paper just in case, and I'll start marking.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You are right. It is 1-1. It is 1-1, tied up in the series right now. I just went back to the tent to confirm the score, and you are right. For some reason, I thought G-Men won that first round, but you're right.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
That's all right. I'm the new guy here, folks, so if anything, blame Sleepy for any of the problems with today's cast.
Oh man, and with this being said, if they got the quick spawn objective, so what that means is G-Men are going to be able to run through the bazaar and get into a very strong position before the Volt can get into position and hide and get into their defensive positions. It'll be interesting to see if they happen to try to take that advantage, and it looks like G-Man is.
Yeah, he sure is. I was just about to say that. He's already pushed himself up into the center bazaar building. He's up on the 2nd floor, trying to get that height advantage. Some shots coming out. Looks like he does take down one of the Volk members. Looks like Plots was taken down on the north side there by the cement bags. However, he did just notify Nolamite that he is there, and we could see a refrag coming here. Oh, gunshots come out both sides. Neither party getting any hits. Meanwhile, we've got, it looks like 2 Marsak guys are on the north side here. Looks like the G-Man, or I'm sorry, nope, it's Nightfire and Chief Pineapple here on the northwest corner, pushing up that north wall. Hopefully if they can come up and back up the G-Man here as he tries to make his way through that center bazaar building.
Right now, yeah, G-Man is in a very difficult situation right now. Another team kill, it looks like, coming out from Mob Squad.
Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, it looks like Nolamite is down and out for the count. Maybe it looks like maybe STB House would have been the one to kill him just based on his positioning, but yeah, that's not good. Mob Squad's definitely gonna have to rein in that team killing because that's just hurting them every round right now.
Especially now that means that it is 3 on 5. You do not want to be in that kind of situation, especially defending when it's a tie game right now.
Yeah, absolutely, and definitely when it's this objective. If they have 5 people, they can attack this objective from 5 different angles. You know, you've got this north alleyway, you've got the east side of the objective, that blue hallway, not to mention the 3 or 4 alleys that you see here right on top of the objective as well on camera 2. Nightfire and Chief, though, still in that north side on the wall, pushing up. Let's see if we can get in there close and have an ear on what they're listening to. Oh, it's Nightfire and G-Man. I guess Chief broke off into the west alleys there and is now pushing up the center market.
And with that being said, on the south side, we are going to be having 2 people possibly moving in. They're going to have our Simper to have to break through. So far, though, it looks like we are not going to have a lot of action going on. I mean, G-Men know that they are up 2 people.
Well, they don't. I don't think they know that that team kill happened.
Oh.
So, they're only going to be counting their kills. They can't really necessarily speak for the other team killing their opponents. So we'll see what happens. On the defensive side, it looks like we have our Semper in the blue room hallway on the south side of the objective courtyard. STB House watching one of the buildings on the southern side of the plaza, and Squidgookin sitting right on the stairwell, trying to watch that cap, making sure nobody comes into this dark, sneaky corner over here, and trying to get that cap from the distance.
Now this is going to be very interesting because right now you are seeing G-Men move in and starting to surround the objective. So once they start moving in for the attack, and they have time, there's 3 minutes left, so everyone has a chance to get into position. So it'll be very interesting to see how they attack. Nightfire has a smoke out.
I'm going to go ahead and rest camera 2 here on the objective courtyard just so that we can snap to it right when we need to, right when the action comes down here.
Awesome, thank you.
STB House going into first person here on STB House. It's looking like he's trying to peek up on that north side, try and catch anybody maybe coming through that main bazaar building. But right now it looks like Nightfire and whoever else was up there, I think it's just Nightfire at this point, aren't moving fast enough. Oh no, it's Chief. Oh, but Chief heard that. Chief's angling now. He knows it's that STB shot from that location, but he's just not sure quite where right now. So he's gonna wait by this time. Oh, looks like we could be seeing a.
Whoops. And they did. Sorry, what was that?
They did. No, I'm sorry. It looks like they did take out our Semper in the blue hallway. They are now in position to push 4 men up on the objective.
Nightfire.
Nightfire. Go ahead.
He might be close enough to be able to get the plant. Chief Pineapple's gonna have to move up though.
Can Squidgookin hears him. He's coming out. Oh, and he frags Nightfire right at the end.
They got it though.
He got it.
G-Men planted.
Oh my! Wow, that was amazing. Right at the last second, they managed to cap it. It's now 3-1 G-Men. Mob Squad are not looking good on this first map. The team kills, like I said, they've got to rein that in. They've team killed twice now on 2 maps in a row.
Yeah.
It's going to be intense, but these are the growing pains that we all go through, and we'll see what happens. But we've seen Mob Squad come back, so it's not over for them. And they've got 2 maps after this one. Don't count them out just yet. That's for sure.
Exactly, and that goes to G-Men to show just how their map knowledge has really helped. Nightfire knew that he could sneak up on that way, that there was possibly someone on the stairs. You generally can assume that there's someone on the stairs or in that building right next to objective. And with that being said, you can move your way up slowly and plant without being seen from the guy at the stairs. So, wow, good move on Nightfire, and barely managed to press send right before getting killed.
Yeah, that was a nerve wracker right there. I definitely thought Squig had him, but then I looked up and I see it said that G-Men took the round and they didn't defend the uplink, and my mind just literally exploded like Bikini Atoll right inside my head.
Well, and I 100% thought that he managed to kill him in time, but nope. Unfortunately, moment too late, like literally half a second too late.
All right, so now it's our turn to see how the G-Men are going to defend this objective. Mob Squad does not have the fortunality of getting that quick spawn. They did get that southwest spawn. They've got a long way to track, a lot of area to cover, but they've got a nice 3-2 split, 3 going north or somewhat north with 2 going south. And then G-Men are now getting into position. This spawn definitely played to the G-Men's advantage with the low response time on their end versus the high travel time of the Marstock side.
Yeah, exactly. And right now we do have them having a pretty good and even spread. We got one watching the south side to make sure that no one comes in from behind. We have one watching the north side, one watching the bazaar, which is a very popular area to walk through, and then 2 of them on objective.
Yep. Looks like we might have a bit of a shootout here before too long. Chief Pineapple watching east on the northern side of the, watching southeast on the eastern side of the map in the little shanty shack here in east block, he may be able to catch our Semper, I believe that is, here in the next couple of minutes. We'll see how this plays out, though, in a minute.
And Nolamite in Bazaar right now is sneaking around, has no idea that G-Man is right there, although he should be able to hear the footsteps. I think he does have a good idea. He's moving in for the shot and gets G-Man taken out.
Oof, that's tough. At least they're killing the other team, though, this time. So now it's a 5v4 in Mob Squad's favor. Nolamite is in position now on the second story, and you've got Plots and STB House now moved up center of the street. STB in the southeast blue room hallway with Plots pushing up, getting ready to take his position to attack the objective courtyard.
Oh man, this is going to be very interesting too. Nightfire now knows where one of the Mob Squad members are at, though. But for G-Men now, that's the only key piece of information that they have known.
Oh, Chief Pineapple definitely saw Semper as he crossed the street. Semper responds, comes back. He's going to try and take Chief out, throws a frag. Frag is ineffective. Let's see what goes on here. Oh, Pineapple tags Semper. Oh, and then 404 finishes Semper off from the blue hallway. That was a nice coordination. Chief suppressive fire.
And then on objective, they're pushing in. Almost a team kill.
Yep, looks like we lost Plots there. Swooty took out Plots. Now Swooty just took out STB House as well. Nolamite goes down on the objective also. And Squigoogan is the only man left with 404 and Swooty on defense.
Still, though, we did get some crucial trades there. So, I mean, it's not impossible for Mob Squad to be able to move in and try to plant this objective. And now with them talking around, he's going to be able to get a good idea of where they're possibly at.
Well, see, the thing, I'm going to say I don't agree with you there, and only because the positioning of the G-Men right now, they know where that guy's going to try and go, pretty much. As a single-man cap, it's pretty impossible to come in from any other direction than that north alleyway. That north alleyway, you've got the shadows, you've got the narrowness. You know, as long as you don't hear them coming up behind you, you know you're pretty much safe and you can focus on getting out in front. However, you know, they're a little sporadic right now. They're looking all over the place. They're moving around a lot. So let's see what Squig's got here. But it looks like he's dedicated to coming up that north alley and trying to get that cap.
Now, one of the key things here also to remember is you need to move slow at this point. You want to sneak up to the objective without being hurt. If you happen to move too fast, that's going to make some rustling and let Swooty and 4G4 know exactly where you are.
Absolutely, but it looks like Squig is doing a good job at that. Now, Swooty is watching that alleyway there. However, Squig he's pushing up super slow. I mean, I can't even hear him, and I've got my camera right on top of him here. And he's covered in darkness. As long as he moves slow, does he have his tab out yet? Nope. But he's going to take out Swooty. 404 is going to react. He's looking towards the alleyway now, but Squig is smart enough to know that he cannot come from there anymore. So hopefully, I think what's going to happen here, if he's quiet enough, he's going to be able to come around here on this east side and take out 404 in the back. Because 404 is definitely fixated on that alleyway in the north.
Oh, man. And what Squigookin did right then was absolutely crucial and extremely important. He managed to get the kill, and he did the smart thing of backing it up and trying to reposition.
Yep, and he's doing a great job of it. He not only went around to the east, and he capitalizes, and Mob Squad take their second round, keeping it 3-2 here on Bazaar. That was great work by Squigookin. But yeah, not only did he back up and just go around, he didn't just come down the same side of the street. He pushed across the street. He gave himself some room to where he could move a little quicker, and then he cut down south, and that's how he was able to come down and get that shot on 404 without 404 being any the wiser.
Yes, exactly. That is one of the biggest things to learn about this league is when you are in it, one of the most crucial things is that you try not to double peek. And that's exactly what Squigookin did. He managed to get the one kill, and instead of still pursue and push further with 4G4 knowing exactly where he's at, he backed it up, rotated around, and managed to get a better position against 4G4 and almost tie up with his team. Now they are going into defense. Yeah,
and this is a crucial round. Mob Squad has got to win this round to stay alive. I'm betting, if I were a betting man, that G-Men are going to try and go for the cap on this one and get those 5 points, because as we know, with the +3 being thrown out the window this season with the 2-map win, every point counts. So you try and spread that gap as high as you can. You try and win as many maps, but you want the highest score you can on each map as well to just add to that MMR gain.
Well,
so
and
we'll see what happens.
on top of that, going against like Mob Squad and then being able to beat them the first round 5-2, I mean, Onward is as much of a mental game as it is a physical game. And to be able to do that against the team that you are going against, that can mess with them and kind of get them down. And so if they are able to do that, they will be able to get an upper hand. And we're going back to the mini bazaar objective again.
Oh boy.
So we will see what happens. They are probably writing away on the boards, coming up with some plays and figuring out what they need to do to best defend as well as attack this objective.
Yeah, you got that right, Cotton. This is going to be a tough one to come back and do again. Mob Squad fortunately has the defensive side on this one first, so hopefully that'll play to their advantage and it'll buy them another round to come back and bring this out. However, I think G-Men have something to prove. I think they might know something more about what they didn't before with the Mob Squad positioning. So yeah, let's see what happens here. And it looks like the round has started.
And with that, they got tank objective. So, I mean, here's a risky thing to do. Do you risk running up the bazaar on the outside and risk possibly being taken out? Or do you try to play it more slow and get a better defensive position and play time? And it looks like they're doing a little of both.
And so G-Men coming out from the tank. Looks like they got one guy going south. Looks like that's going to be Chief.
And Nightfire's running up. He might be able to get a pick off. Some people might be trying to cross here soon. At the same time, Mob Squad does not know where they have spawned from. SCP House managing to cross and avoiding that nade and shots. Now in a very strong position, but it is known to G-Men.
Chief Pineapple is down in the southwestern block already. He's pushing up. He's going into the objective room, and every time I try and set my camera, it keeps going back to my old camera, so that's a little frustrating. However, he's trying to get some picks from that south side, try and clear his teammate in, but it looks like STB House is right back where he was on that first round, sitting in that corner, watching that West Street. So I think Chief knows that and is trying to put pressure on him there.
As well,
let's see if he's managing to sneak it out.
Plots is in Bazaar right now. He's in Bazaar. He's managed to sneak up a little. He has two people behind him. Nullomite also is running in right now, and he's
Nightfire. My bad. Nightfire and STB House get into a gunfight, and Nightfire is able to take out Plots or STB House on the south side. Chief is now clear to move across that street. So let's see what goes from here. Plots is in a dangerous spot. He's in that spot he got team killed from. Luckily, he's only got enemies across the bazaar.
And this is also something you got to be very careful of. Right now, Mob Squad are down 2 people, but this is a hard objective to where you can really defend well. But being down 2 right now, with 4 minutes left, a lot can happen, and right now it's kind of looking in G-Men's favor.
That's it. Now, this objective does play well if you can pull back and defend it closely. We did see Mob Squad get capped on by Mexecutioner in the Danglers game yesterday because he was holding that angle that he was in a little too hard right there on the Western Street. But Plots is taken out 404. G-Man hears it, puts shots back at Plots, and Swoodio is in the top of the building there. He's probably going to be able to catch Plots slipping if he's not careful. But Plots is now pushing back into the west alleys.
Smart move on his part.
Meanwhile, it looks like Nightfire was also taken out from somewhere. Chief Pineapple now down here solo in the south, looking to try and push up, get himself into position to cap the objective.
Could that have been a team kill?
You know, it's very possible because looking at the positioning of Mob Squad right now, I'm not seeing anybody who's in a position that could have, taken Nightfire out from where he was.
But it looks like G-Men could have.
Yeah, it's very possible. Yes. Let's see here. Well, everyone's kind of got points on the board, so it's a little tougher to see if anyone's got any team kills. But yeah, I'm not sure. But then again, it could have been Plots as he rotated out. Oh, yep, that's what it's looking like.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, it must have been Team Fire.
Plots confirmed another kill. And now it is 3-on-2, and all of a sudden the tide has turned, and Mob Squad now has a slight advantage.
That's completely correct. This is definitely what Mob Squad needed to come back from that initial 5v3 scenario. But it's not to say that G-Men are to be counted out here. Who knows what could happen? Swooty's going back up on that top stairwell, it looks like, over there in the West Alleys. And Plots looks like he's pushing up on him. Let's see if I can't get into position in time to catch this. Yeah, Plots is sneaking up on the stairwell where Swootio's sitting. Oh, but he makes a left turn at Albuquerque, and now he is going away from Swooty, but Swooty hears him, so Swooty's now turned himself and is looking to maybe try and catch him on the flank of the flank.
Now, that's a dangerous thing. You trying to flank around like that when you're already kind of down a couple of people. Why risk it?
Oh, and Swooty does manage to take out Plots on the flank, securing it now 2v2. Each team, it's going to make it a lot easier now. If he can just get through these West Alleys and make a difference here, maybe take out our Semper, him and Chief can perform a type of scissors maneuver on the objective and get that cap.
Here's the difficult part, though. There's a minute left, and now this time is really going to play a factor.
Yeah, that's it. Now, from my personal days playing with Chief, I know Chief's good about checking the time. He's good about checking his tablet, and he's very vocal. He likes to communicate that stuff. So if he sees that, he's definitely going to call it out on the radio. He's going to let his team know. He's definitely one that I would rely on in our matches. Oh, but our Semper just manages to see him as he breaks that alleyway and gets the kill. It's now 1v2.
And Swootio
versus our Semper and Squigukin.
He pulls out his tablet, though. He might just be trying to memorize it and run in for a quick cap. I mean, he has the chance to. There is one on objective, but only slightly. But 25 seconds left. This is going to be a very close call. Oh, no. He ran out of ammo. He's looking at one.
They called him out, too. I just heard Squigukin call him out. They're pushing up.
He got one. 8 seconds. No, you have 8 seconds.
Oh, and our Semper just manages to have the better angle and gets the kill in the last 4 seconds. Great round, Mob Squad. They stay in the series. It's now all tied up 3-3 going into the final round.
That was almost too close, though.
Man, I actually kind of thought Squigukin was gonna get, or Swooty was gonna get in there and get that cap.
I thought so. Well, I thought Swooty was going to try to just go for the rest of G-Men. But again, he probably didn't know how many were left for sure. And he knew how little time he had left, so maybe he was just going to run in and try to get the cap. It's difficult to say.
And it's a difficult decision to make when you're by yourself. That added pressure is on. You're 10 seconds away from either closing the map out and winning for your team, or you're 10 seconds away from choking on it and giving them another chance to fight. But let's see what Mob Squad does here. Hopefully they can come back and win this round, but you never know, because like I said, having that Volk advantage can definitely come on your side when it comes to starting, ending a map like this. So now G-Men have that Volk advantage. They have that defensive advantage. Let's see if they can capitalize on it, and take the map win here on the first map.
Well, and exactly, and now they know. I mean, they've played this objective 3 times now, and G-Men are now going back to defend on it. So G-Men, I mean, they kind of know how Mob Squad's moving right now. They know how they're attacking, and they know also how they're defending this objective. So they have a very good idea of what to do to defend, and they're probably drawing up something right now to make sure they have all angles decided on and covered.
Yeah. Hopefully they take a page out of the Mob Squad book on defense, though. Mob Squad does have some great spots on defending that objective. Some things that I've not even seen or even really considered, but it seems like it's working. It managed to work for them on that one. I think our Semper learned his lesson the other day when he let Executioner get by him on that cap and at that same location. I think now he's a little bit more aware of what's going on and started to move back when he heard shots going off near the objective there.
Yep, and it's a lesson to learn. It's a hard lesson to learn, but once you learn it, you know what to watch for.
Absolutely, yeah.
And here we go, the final round of the first map. Currently, guys, it is tied up 3-3, and this is the moment of truth. And they got the north spawn.
No, they got the south spawn.
Or, sorry, south spawn.
I was like, they did?
Yeah, they got the south spawn. Volk got the north spawn. But that's because they're right next to objective.
Exactly. All right, so Mob Squad is pushing up as a unit up the southeast corner across the street. It looks like they're going to go for a north-focused approach here. And I just changed my camera when I was trying to set one.
Plots is being a little careful right here, walking through Bazaar. He won't have much going on until he moves up to where G-Man is. Not a lot of opposition
we could see
for him.
something coming out here. Let's see if G-Man hears Plots at all. Plots is being a little reckless, moving real quick. Though in some cases, I gotta say, moving quickly and being heard still sometimes can be the advantage, because if you're moving slow and they hear you, looks like we got
Swooty down.
Swooty
got the kill. Yep, exactly. Oh man, this is a very tense moment. You do not want to lose this first map.
You've got that right. Plots is now moved into the building next to the dark hole where he got team killed by Squigukin on the last map.
Ooh, and they just tied it. Or nope, Mob Squad is now down 2 again.
That's it. 404 takes down Nolamite on the north.
And a team kill! Another team kill!
Yep, this time though from G-Men. G-Men Swoodio takes out 404, it looks like. And then
Plot's confirming it, but Nightfire, unfortunately, was the one there who got the team kill. We've had a lot of team kills this map.
That's true. There's been 3, maybe 4 team kills on this map, most of which coming from Mob Squad. But that time we saw G-Man get one as well, and then Plot's taken down by the G-Man himself, now leaving just one player, Mr. R. Semper, to try and cover the fall.
The nice part is, though, they have no idea where R. Semper's at, and he has 4 minutes to move in, so he's got all the time in the world. At that point, though, I would just move back and hold objective tight.
Yep, now G-Men, nice strategy here. They've rotated back. Nightfire's watching the south. You've got STB, or I'm sorry, the G-Man kind of watching the southwest, looking for that white car push, and then Chief is also watching the south. Now, granted, nobody's really watching the north, which our Semper could definitely play to his advantage right now, because no one's going to hear him until he gets to one of those buildings there in the north. But now it looks like Chief is double checking his 6, making sure to check that north side. So let's see what happens. Our Semper's still moving slow through the center bazaar building.
Yeah, he has a lot of opportunity, though, to move slow. He has all the time in the world right now. He's checking the time. Notice how he has 3 minutes left.
And 3 minutes, it doesn't sound like a lot to you and me or to anyone watching, but 3 minutes in this game can feel like an eternity, especially when you're that last man up, that last man trying to get in there and win that map for your team or try to keep yourselves alive.
Man, this is a tough situation to be in. Throwing out what seems to be probably a distraction smoke. Get the other people to look at a specific area with that smoke while he moves in another way and tries to get advantage.
Absolutely, and that's something that we touched on before the game actually started. Those smokes, multi-purpose, man. Got them for covering the objective, covering your insertion, covering a street crossing, and as we see here, making a distraction, causing your enemy to focus their looks, their vision on one place while you move somewhere else. So,
and right now, that's exactly what's happening. Nightfire and G-Man are both watching the north now.
That's right, and now Chief is luckily keeping his head on straight. He's checking west. I think he knows that that's a distraction smoke. He checks his tablet, checks his time, see how many friendlies are still up, and then he's back to his patrol. He's kind of doing a moving patrol on the objective.
Oh gosh, this is a tough situation to be in, though. He's grabbed another smoke from a downed teammate and using both of them now.
Looks like that one might have went a little bit farther than he wanted it to. However, he's going to go with it anyways. Nothing more he can do about it now. Now, if the defense was smart, and something I've been trying to do lately, is throw that smoke back. Get it out of there. If it's in your way, if it's causing you an angle to be blocked, throw that smoke somewhere where it's not going to make any difference to anybody. Because you don't want that to be the reason why someone gets past you, gets up, and takes a cap right out from under your nose. So take that smoke, pick it up, throw it back. Uh-oh, we're going to see something here. G-Man and Semper right here on the objective. G-Man should see him first. Oh, and the trade comes out. However, it was the last man standing, so G-Men take it. First map, 4-3 goes to G-Men.
Wow, and that cannot get any closer than that. Wow.
You got that right. I'm excited to see where we go from here. I hope Mob Squad can bring the rain, kind of show G-Men that they were number 2 in the world and number 2 at the UK Invitational for a reason. But let's see what happens. Who knows? G-Men are playing really strong right now.
Yeah, they are. I mean, their skill has definitely been shown. I'm still extremely impressed by Nightfire's cap. I mean, just getting it in at the nick of time, and I mean, that made all the difference. Now they have won the first map.
I personally on.
Yeah. Absolutely. So this is going to be interesting. We're going to see some long rounds here, it looks like, because we've got Downfall 1. It's a great map. I like it personally. It's got a lot of shoot and cover positions, but you can't get caught out in the open if you're not careful. We're really going to see what each team's made of, but I'm kind of leaning for Mob Squad on this one. I think Mob Squad has always had a strong Downfall map. So we'll see, but G-Men seem to know what they're doing. They're taking Marsoc first. They're not going to take that bulk advantage, though I'm pretty sure this was their selection if I'm wrong, but I'm not sure.
Yes. Well, and here's the difficult part with that is a big reason that Mob Squad was so deadly on Downfall was because of Arsenic's hot shot. That guy can see just a little pixelation of you from clear across the map and be able to headshot you somehow.
That's very true. Losing Arsenic is definitely a blow to their Downfall game. But hey, Arsenic's not the whole team. These guys are picking up. They're moving forward. And Squigookin, let me tell you, Squigookin is a great long-range shot as well.
Oh, yeah.
He might not have the snappiness that Arsenic has, but he's got the accuracy. He'll still take you out. And honestly, you know, for me personally, I don't tend to peek too much when I'm playing Mob Squad in Downfall. You peek, you're dead. If you move too quick, you move up a really exposed angle. Like I recall one time we were in a public lobby or a comp lobby, and I ran up to White House on a south spawn for Volk, and Poopachu just lit my ass up from way out, and I had no idea what was going on. So they're all shooters. I would not recommend peeking if I were G-Men. I'd stay in your hidey holes and tuck yourselves into bed, wait for them to come to you. But we'll see.
Yeah, oh my gosh, this is definitely going to be interesting. Now, oh man, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. Now, one thing that I've always had a lot of respect for is Semper's ability to move slow and precise. And he is very, very sneaky, and this is going to become very crucial on Downfall.
Yeah, we might see the old sneaky snake Semper come out here, because he is synonymously known in some lobbies and some teams as being a sneaker. So you definitely got to watch for him. He's going to be on the ground if he sees the opportunity, and he might come in right up under your nose and cap that thing right on top of you.
Yeah, exactly. And at the same time, I cannot recall a time, at least in recent memory, where G-Men have played Downfall. I can't remember the last time they have in a league match, and I know they have, but it's been a while, and so it'll be interesting to see who's going to be the more veteran team here. I mean, G-Men, they've had a lot of time to practice together as a team on this map, but Mob Squad was known to be very dominant on this map.
Yeah, you're right. I agree. I mean, I'm interested to see how it plays out. Like I said, my lean on the advantage is towards Mob Squad, but that's just from what I've experienced in my own playtime against Mob Squad. They're very talented. They're very coordinated here. They have a lot of talent. So, it'll be interesting to watch what's going to happen. But I'm thinking if it goes the way I'm thinking, Mob Squad's going to show who they are, what they're made of right here on this map. But don't count G-Men out. They're strong.
It's anyone's game. It's anyone's game.
It is anyone's game, and that might be a cliche, and it might have been said a lot so far this matchup, but it's really been anyone's game, and we saw that last one came down to the final round. So let's hope this one does as well.
And with that, let's hear what G-Men have to say.
I'm gonna go East Red Truck then.
Okay, do we want to send okay, yeah, let's stay here. Okay, I'll also go north, south with you. Actually, I'm gonna rush dark room south, south. Yeah, that's a better idea.
Alright, and with that said, here they go, and they are off to their positions. Looks like G-Man is going to be looking for possibly a quick pick.
Yeah, you got one of them who went up in North Marsoc there. You got one in South Marsoc watching the South Ridge, making sure nobody flanks hard west or hard south. Two of their guys coming out of the main south exit of the valley. Oh, well, actually, one of them's going to push to the southwest exit. And we've got G-Men or Mob Squad in their positions. Nice spread, good circle built up around the objective. Only way it could get a little better is if they took one of those guys off that two-story objective building and moved him around to orange sheets there in the south, give them a perfect circle built up around the circle. But it looks like Plotz is going to push out a little bit as well, get himself into North Bungalow, and hopefully try and catch a northern approach.
Now that is some very good movement from Plotz, because that is such a crucial position. You have such an amazing good lookout across the entire map, and it's a very defensive place. You have a lot of cover there.
That's right, but as Plotz just called out on his comms, they now know he's there, so somebody's going to try and either take him out and neutralize him, or they're going to just try and sneak around him, keep him useless, because unfortunately in the room that he's in, he's got only technically three holes in which to view out: the two windows here on the west side, and then the doorway in the north, which is only really good for a north hotel and northeastern watch. So we'll see what happens there. The rest of the Mob Squad guys, though, holding tight in their positions. One in center hotel, two in the two-story helicopter objective building, and Squigookin taking up a spot on the west street wall here in the south, or in the north.
Yeah, one of the toughest parts about Plotz is you do not want to peek through that doorway too often, because it is very easy to get picked off.
Yes, it is. This map in general, it is very easy to get picked off on.
Especially with the defense happening, you don't quite know where the defense is, and there's a couple of clever places that they can hide, and sometimes the only places, or the only way to find out where they are at, is to run in and possibly get killed, unfortunately, and leave it to the rest of your team.
That's it. Now, a lot of times, contrary to what you might think, sometimes being that aggressive, hitting it hard, hitting it fast, going in fast, going for those quick clearings, it works out for you. And surprisingly enough, a lot of times, you think, let me be slow, let me be low, let me not make any noise, I'll sneak up on this guy. But a lot of times, hitting it fast, getting in there hard and strong, a lot of times you end up coming out on top, and at the very least, you end up getting a trade and at least neutralizing that person, if not taking them out for your team. So it's a tough call to make, but a lot of times it seems, and you'll see it a lot with the top tier teams, a lot of times their aggression actually pays off for them. Oh, shots coming out from the guys in the two-story helicopter objective building. Now from Plotz in the center, going towards the guys who are breaking out southwest towards that dumpster building.
And one taken out on the G-Men side.
Yep, that's right. Looks like Swoodio was taken out as he tried to traverse from multi-purpose building in the south to the dumpster building.
Nightfire out for some blood with the knowledge of his fallen teammate. Not able to connect anything, but keeping them hidden.
And Nolamite returning fire from that 2-story helicopter objective building. No connections made. Only Plots is the only casualty so far. Or, I'm sorry, only Swoodio is the only casualty so far. But Mob Squad is making some adjustments now. They're rotating their defense. Oh, and Squidgookin gets taken out.
Wow.
By, I think that was the G-Man. Yeah, it looks like it was G-Man that took him out there. So now only 4 defenders. It's now 4v4. The northeastern Marsoc guy, northeastern G-Man, is now moving back around. 404 now at the East Church. Maybe he's trying to get in there on Plots and take him out, neutralize him.
Okay, here's the thing that we're also missing, though. There's a minute 30 left, is all.
Oh, that's a good call. It looks like Mob Squad's defense has been effective. It's slowed their push. They've got to get in there. They've got to use some of that speed. They've got to get aggressive now. But it looks like we did lose another G-Man on that last one. Nightfire is now down, so all that aggression, all that rage that he had because of Swooty being taken out earlier has unfortunately gotten him killed as well. Oh.
And SCB House, he's going to get ran into. Oh, G-Man barely turned the corner, missing SCB House, but SCB House now knows where he's at. He'll be able to hopefully relay that to his team.
Oh.
And
404 is on the push, going for Plots at the North Bungalow, but he gets taken out by one of the guys at 2-story helicopter. Meanwhile, it looks like Nolamite was taken out at North Helicopter objective.
And Mob Squad won the first round.
Wow, everything just went crazy there at the end, huh?
No kidding, and Mob Squad managed to hold it down pretty dang well. Like I said, though, at that mid-hotel right there for the final kill, you don't know someone's in that corner, and it's very hard to assume that there is someone there. And unfortunately, G-Men had to run out and try to get onto that objective, and were taken out. But so far, we have a pretty even spread on kills.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody's really popped out as an MVP. No one's really carrying anyone just yet. Granted, it's round 1, but it's good that, you know, I prefer, personally, when I see my team, I prefer to see everybody getting that 1 kill, at least on each round. Mm-hmm. Everybody pulling their weight, everyone doing their job. But I'm also not going to complain if one of my teammates goes 8-11 or...
Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking about 8-0 or 8-2 on a map. I definitely won't complain about that either. But it's good to see a team where the kills are balanced, everyone's getting their shot. It means the team's doing their job. They're working together. It's all coordinated.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And, well, we even saw this on the last map on Bazaar. It was a very evenly scored match for them. And, like, yeah, sure, Nightfire only had, like, 1 kill, but he also managed to get a cap. And at the same time, at the other side, they had, you know, at most, I think one team had maybe 5 kills, but everyone else had about the same amount.
That's it. That cap, though, oh my goodness, I'm still brain still turning over in my head about that cap. Just absolutely split-second timing on that send button. Still can't get over. Also, another play I'd like to rehash on that last map was Chief Pineapple and I think it was 404 on that East Bazaar. Chief fired, our Semper ran west to get away from it, and there was 404 ready to cover, ready to take him out. That just worked beautifully. I wish I would have clipped that at the moment when I was watching it, but let's see what goes on here. Let's see how the G-Men's defense do against Mob Squad's attack.
Yep, that's the difficult part right now is now they're like, yeah, guys, that was a very well thought out defense. It worked really well, and now they got to attack the same objective. And they happen to get the same spawn, so...
Yeah, exact same spawn. So both teams basically on an even playing field. Only difference is, you know, G-Men don't know that Mob Squad just spawned same location. So let's see what happens.
They're running up rather aggressive, though.
They are, but you know, I think G-Men like to play it a bit more aggressive in most cases. I know they like to send a couple flankers out on this map, usually when they're attacking, and sometimes even when they're defending. So, you know, things will transpire here, and let's just hope that we can catch them all this time, because, man, it was trouble keeping up with everything there at the last part of that match.
No kidding. Map. And one thing I really like is G-Man's spot right now. He's in the mid-hotel on the stairs towards the roof, but he's in the little alleyway on that side step inside where the stairs are. And that is a very hard thing to see when you're attacking because he's wearing all black in a super shaded area.
Yeah, you know, you read my mind. I was actually just moving my own camera there to take a look at what he's looking at. And yeah, it's a good chance that he's about to see plots here as he pokes out. Oh no, looks like my game might have crashed. Yep, my game crashed. I will be back with you folks in just a moment.
Until then, I will be very descriptive so you can still commentate. Nolamite, though, has so far done a pretty good push so far. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to still make a move. They have a pretty wide spread. No one is really close, but they are doing a very good job at trying to get a very widespread attack on the objective. A couple more distraction shots shot from the north. Shots fired up to the North Hotel, trying to get Poopachu, but G-Man and both of them unable to get the shots. It's just going to be a very slow-moving place. We might have a chance where Nolamite might be able to see someone moving up in the mid-hotel and maybe getting that kill.
Yeah, he's on the bottom player still alive.
Nolamite calling that out. That's huge.
Well, hopefully if they're smart, they'll do as I say. They'll stay away from peeking those windows, because again, Mob Squad is definitely capitalize on those peaks. You peek too much, you show too much, you're gonna be dead, and it's not gonna be good.
Yep, and that comes again with what we've said previously about double peeking. You don't want to take that risk, especially when you're going against someone who's defending and they're watching the objective and they saw you push back. And now they can just watch the objective and make sure, or watch the window that you just peeked from, and see if you peek again.
Uh-oh, Silent, looks like I've got...
You're locked out?
Exactly, so if we can maybe mention that to one of the guys.
Yeah.
Shut this round.
Yeah, at the end of this round, we'll get that going for you. I'll say it in comms. You just had to crash.
Yeah, leave it to me. It might have actually been my power safety settings, though, coming into play there, because I haven't touched the headset or my controllers. So that one might have been my fault.
Oh, man.
Crash,
So far, though, 2 minutes left to go, and one has been taken out on each side. But you got to be very careful, because right now some big movements are being made. Plots is almost at Chopper right now. But he's moving into where Swoodio is. Mob Squad is now down 2, and G-Men is down 1. And they are only down to 1:40 left, but they are getting pretty close to objective. Plots is running up. Oh, man, and he is right on the 2-story objective building, taken out from behind, though. That was one of their biggest chances of being able to take the objective. If Swooty now looks out the doorway, he will be able to see someone running down the hill. Shots fired from Chief Pineapple, though, and another one taken out on Mob Squad. It looks like it is a very Volk-sided area so far. And there is one left. Squigookin with a minute left, and he's got his 12 times.
See, that just like I was saying, Squig is kind of their secondary long range. The roster.
And he did. Got taken out going around the corner and is unfortunately dead. But great shots on G-Men.
No, that's a good defense.
Now let's see if we can't get that lobby
Yeah.
slot.
Hey, real quick, can we get someone to back out for a second? We had one of our commentators crash.
Alright, team chat. Hey, G-Man team chat.
I don't think they heard me.
Our shipper likes to run to dark room real fast here at this objective and stay in dark room.
If you could maybe message Nightfire.
Here, so if we spawn here, let's do the wait thing and then get the kills. Alright? If not, be careful.
He would probably be your best chance.
I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be on.
And here, RC used to go here though, so I don't know. They'll probably get two. They'll probably get two in north. Like two helicopter. Yeah.
All right, and that was a little peek for you guys on what goes on when planning for the objective. I'm not going to spoil the whole next round for you, but and it looks like everyone is still there. Let's see. Do you have Chief Pineapple's Steam account as a friend list?
Yeah, I do. Give me 1 second. My Steam.
Oh, right, because you're doing it through Oculus. I'd personally message Chief Pineapple and say, hey, I crashed. Can you leave at the end of next round so I can get in? Yeah, they just started the next round, though, unfortunately, so it looks like I might be attempting to commentate this on my own again. But that's okay. We'll get you back in somehow. Currently, though, the score is tied up 1-1 again. G-Man, though, managed to take the first round on Bazaar 4-3, and here they go attacking. Same spawn, different objective. And we see G-Man again running up to the same position as he has done previously in the past. And they are rushing up on Mob Squad quick and getting into the bungalows again. Once being seen on the outside, though, maybe 4G4 will be able to see him at Red Truck and misses him. But STB House and 4G4 are right next to each other at the same building. And probably have no idea. It's just going to be a really quiet position. People are just going to be moving into positions, trying to get the advantage needed. I mean, 4G4 hasn't even budged an inch. G-Man taken down, though, already. One down. That's giving away one of Mob Squad's positions. Plots is all the way up there. And now, all the way up at North Spawn, they know.
All right. Well, I sent a back in on the next round.
Okay. So
What is the current score? I believe you said G.
it's a tie game right now, but G-Men have won the first round, so it is 5-4 right now on the total score.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was map score, but all right. Well, I've changed my power settings, so hopefully I won't boot myself off by not moving my headset or controllers for an hour, because I believe that is exactly what happens.
No problem, and I'll remind you when the round's over. More shots fired, and oh my gosh, 4G4 and SCB House are still right next to each other and have little to no idea that that's how it is. Meanwhile, Plots and another G-Man member is having their own battle out, a little 1v1 here, and this is a very big deal for Swooty. If he's able to take out Plots, he will have a very good position on the objective and trying to push forward. Overall, though, it's been a pretty quiet round. There's been a couple of sporadic shots, but so far only one person has been down. A couple of smokes are coming out. They're going to start crossing again. Our Semper might have a chance to be able to rotate around and get a peek as they cross across.
Yeah, such is the curse of downfall, unfortunately. Very tight.
They do start to cross out, but no shots are going off. This is going to be a big moment right now for Mob Squad on there defending Dolomite. is playing a very big position right now. He managed to take out another one at the dumpster building. There's one more still there, and he's double tapping to make sure that they are down. Another one of the G-Men got taken out at the north. We just lost Swooty at the north. Plots won the 1v1, and now that is a very big advantage. 2 on 5. Mob Squad is defending, man, like a freaking wall. They are so hard to break through right now. And again, here we go down to time. It's a minute 40 left.
Yeah, I mean, Downfall, I mean, said it. If defense can set a good, really hard to get into those objective areas. You can set a really tight defense on Downfall. Don't peek. Let them come to you and just wait them out. Basically, make them force at the end. You know, those last minute to push in as hard and as fast as they can. Make them make those mistakes, and you capitalize on it for the win on defense. So, Downfall's not the round or the map to be messing around. You kind of almost have to be more aggressive on the Marsoc side. Get yourself in there. Get yourself close before that timer runs down too much.
Yeah, exactly. And right now they're at the final minute with now a 2v4. Nolamite did get taken out by Chief Pineapple. SCB House getting one of the last G-Men. Now there's only one more left. Oh no, but Chief is getting fairly close to objective. He might be able to run in from the backside and get the cap in. He made it into the back. Is he going to pull his tablet out? He pulls the tablet out. He's going in for the code. He's checking to make sure no one's coming in from behind, but he only has 30 seconds left. One coming in from behind, but they did not hear him. Oh, he's coming in. He goes for the knife. He gets shot, though, and gets taken out. Mob Squad manages to get the win, but just barely. G-Men almost managed to get another cap on Mob Squad, but again, we're taken out. Whew.
All right, let's see if either of those two read their messages.
Yeah, let's see. Chief Pineapple hasn't readied up just yet. I would send him another message just to be safe, now that they're not actually playing.
Hold on, maybe I can hop in here. Who's not?
Because, yeah, it's still a full room. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of a bug that if their room is full, we are unable to get in as casters. So, with that crash, that didn't make it much easier. Oh, one left. You're in. You're good to go.
Okay, I hopped into voice. It looks like they might have heard me.
Okay, yep, one left. Get in, get in. Go for it.
All right. All right, I'm loading back in now.
Okay, cool.
And I fixed my power settings, so everything should be okie-dory.
Perfect. Welcome back.
All right. Sorry about that, folks. A little bit of one-sided commentary with a little bit of just randomness in there, but we got it done. We're back in the mix.
And we made it. And Swooty is back in without a moment's notice, but it's been 3 rounds now, and Swooty's 0-0. What's up with that? Come on. But currently, guys, just so you know, the score is Mob Squad's at 2, G-Men is at 1. But G-Men is now defending, and so far it's been, if you're on Volk, you're the one winning. And it will be the same objective again that was just defended on. And they got so close. G-Men was almost able to get the cap on. I'm wondering if Chief Pineapple was able to just go in and immediately pull out his tablet and try to put in the code, if he would have gotten it. But at the same time, that is very hard to hear when you hear people walking around you. You're so paranoid that they're going to run in and just kill you from behind.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sad I didn't get to see my boy Chief go in, try and get that cap. That's what he likes to do. He knows he's out of time. He doesn't care. Gung-ho. If he's got an opening, he's going for it. Sucks it didn't work out for him, but, you know, it makes things interesting for us. So let's see what happens here. Let's see if the G-Men can hold him off.
Let's see what the G-Men have to say. Wow, surprisingly quiet. Because they probably planned beforehand, but still.
I was going to say, they must know what they're doing. Oh, and we've already lost 404. He's down but not out. Calling out.
That's good.
Calling out the enemy's position.
Ooh, but double tapped and out. That's a big movement right there for Mob Squad. You got to be a little bit careful.
We got a lot of speed coming out. It looks like we've got goodness gracious, I need to be able to see things from a distance. Dolomite has pushed up quick to center hotel. We just lost a Marsoc from a guy here in ice cream truck building. Nightfire takes out one, so it's now 4v4 again. Dolomite hears Nightfire but cannot connect the shots. And Swoodio comes in, takes out Dolomite from the bottom floor. It is now 3v3. Oh no, they happened to catch Chief, it looks like. Yep. They caught Chief on the 2-story helicopter objective building from that second floor. Probably was Dolomite there that took out Chief when he was shooting. I thought he was shooting at Nightfire, but it looks like he might have been going for someone else. Yeah, and so now we're at a 3v3, Volk versus Marsoc.
And just like that, yeah, I mean, it's literally been 2 minutes and just all that exchange fire. I mean, this map can be very fast or very slow depending, and now it'll probably slow down again. While they start moving in and trying to get on the objective.
Yeah, it looks like we've got Nightfire noticing now that they've got lack of coverage on the north side. He's kind of watching on the back side of the ice cream truck building, making sure his teammates, aren't getting taken advantage of. And then you've got what looks like G-Man way up there in the north. Looks like west red truck, east red truck. Yeah, east red truck.
Correct.
Waiting for them to pop over that hill.
And that's a very good position for him to be in. He has to be a little bit careful, though, because there are a couple of windows that he can peek from, and it's very hard to see where Nightfire is against the wall. So you got to be very careful with how you go about moving forward, because once your position is known, he's going to have 2 people looking his way. And the distraction from the south might not be enough for him to be able to move up and get that advantage. Our Simper, though, is going to be there for support.
Yeah, Marsoc definitely didn't waste any time. Mob Squad not wasting any time on this round. They pushed up hard in the south. They got Dolomite into that center hotel really quick. They lost Gugukun pretty early on, but that was from Nightfire's eagle-eyedness. And yeah, it's been a quick action match.
Yep,
and we lose another one.
Another one. 2-on-3 now. Mob Squad getting the advantage. Oh, downing Nightfire from red car. Just like that. SCB House now has the advantage. Double tapping Nightfire. 1-on-3, and he is a little bit far from objective, so he's got to be careful. They have a chance to be able to move in and get the cap.
Absolutely. Swoodio's by himself, and he was taken out right as I was about to say he might be able to bring it back. But he was just outnumbered. They were on both sides of him. That was a tough one. G-Men lose that one. Mob Squad takes the round, and we're going to go into the map point here with Mob Squad up 3-1.
Oh, man. Now this is going to be a big one, because if they happen to win this one, then the match will be decided by map 3. It's going to come down to the wire on that one.
Yeah. And I can't say that I wouldn't enjoy it. I mean, I like it when they go to 3 to decide who actually wins the series. For myself personally, but
but when you're in that situation, you don't want to be in that situation. In game.
Exactly. When you're on this player list here in one of these tents in the lobby, you're not wanting to be on that third map to decide, because if you get that map that you just don't play well, whether it's personally or as a team, it's definitely tough to overcome. I mean, plenty of teams do it, and they rely on the coordination of their team. But for me personally, if I get stuck on a bad map on the third deciding map, it gets in my head a little bit. So. Oh,
definitely. And right now, STB House is putting in work. He is 7-1 right now.
Wow, that's amazing. 7-1 versus such talented teams. That's not something you see very often. You usually end up dying quite a few times when you're up against these top-tier teams like G-Men, like Mob Squad. So that's definitely very impressive.
Yes, it is. And Mob Squad right now has been very impressive defensively. I mean, just like we saw last game, they only lost one person when they defended last. And they have done very well at putting up a wall to where G-Men have a very difficult time breaking through. They almost did last time, but Mob Squad has been defending extremely well on this, and it's going to be up to G-Men to make this happen, because if they maybe win this, they will win the map, and that'll be a big win for them against Mob Squad.
Yeah, that's it. And it looks like we are going to have a dumpster building objective here without the quick spawn.
This is tough though, because there's a 50-50 chance. Now here's the thing: if you look over and you don't see them at the one objective, then you automatically know that they're at north-south Marsoc, because usually you can peek them crossing the street.
Yeah, that's it. However, there is also the northeast spawn as well on this objective. You can also spawn up there in the northeast, so you can't always count on that north-south Marsoc. But we've got what looks like STB House pushing up super strong. He's up at north-south Marsoc now, right outside of an enemy teammate who's kind of looking for him. It looks like they're looking for each other. Swoodio maybe checking for STB, but STB's tucked in the corner. Hopefully that body glitching that's going on there as he's tucked in the corner isn't giving himself away to Swoodio.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that. You don't want to be tucked too much into a corner, but it is somewhat hard to tell, even in virtual reality. And if you are making that kind of movement, you're possibly making that noise.
Yeah, thankfully we have heard word from the devs that they are looking into that, fixing the animations as well as that spinning and weird glitching that you see on your end when you're tucked into a corner or tied up against the wall. However, you know, it's unfortunate when it happens to you, and if it makes or breaks that decision on who kills who.
And it looks like one lost on each side.
Yep, looks like we lost Nolomite and Swoodio. It's 4v4. Nightfire is here on a northeastern flank, taking shots though from the north-south Marsoc. Probably STB or
STB House is going up and around though. He's running through the smoke. He'll be able to see G-Man. He misses G-Man though. G-Man spots him, and he's now in the dark room right next on the south Marsoc.
Yeah, that's it. Nightfire definitely heard the shots from STB coming out. He reacted, put his own shots down range, and made STB House have to readjust, remove. Oh, and now we lose Plots. Not sure who took him out, but
it looks like Chief Pineapple did.
Chief Pineapple, gotta watch that guy. He likes that M16. That M16's good at range. He's a deadeye. That man can shoot, so you gotta be careful with him. These long-range maps definitely don't hurt him at all.
Yeah, but STB House, he's going for the peak right now. Taken out by G-Man. That push, and that unfortunately missing Nightfire like that and forcing him to come around the building ended up being the death of him. But if he would have gotten that kill for G-Man, that would have changed the entire round right there.
This is not good. We're now in a 4v2 situation. Mob Squad had this map packaged up, wrapped up, ready to go for Christmas, and they're giving it away, being too aggressive on defense. Still got 2 men up, still possible to do, but they definitely gave G-Men more room than they needed to be able to close this match and keep this going to map 3.
Well, and here's the tough part is you are able to plant from the basement and as well on the outside. So you got to be very, very careful. If Squirgukin happens to be the last one, then he's a little bit too far away from objective. He is going to have a very good chance of being picked off and also giving them a chance on where they cap from.
That's it. Now, I was going to say that he does have a decent position to be able to cover that basement. However, if G-Man send a guy... Oh, no!
Team kill!
Another team kill. Mob Squad is just, unfortunately, just plagued with the team killing disease today. That is their 3rd, if not 4th team kill of this series.
That's their 4th. Yep.
Oh, it's their 4th. Yeah, see, that's just crucial. And this time now, granted, he picks up another one. He does take out 4G4. However, he's left defending him versus 3 G-Men, and they are getting ready to what looks like do a coordinated push. Oh, if he looks here, he might be able to catch Nightfire out on that north bungalow, but he doesn't see it. Oh, he does see it. He doesn't catch the shots, however.
That's the difficult part is, yes, you might have a very sharp shot, but that also applies to your own teammates. Unfortunately, if you shoot at them, odds are you're going to kill them. It sucks. But that's the game, and you got to be very careful on reading the field, especially in these high-pressure situations. Our Simper might be able to catch Chief Pineapple, possibly going to peek into that window. He's got to be very careful, though. If he happens to not see Chief Pineapple, he'll have a good chance of being able to sneak in and possibly go for the plant, which will be very crucial for G-Men right now.
Oh! I don't know what happened there. Did Semper shoot himself?
I don't know. It didn't look like it.
It sounded like
But it sounded like it. Yeah. But G-Men are now up 2-3.
All right, yeah, 2-3. G-Men, they saved themselves from losing this map. What do you think, Silent? I mean, are we going to see G-Men rally back and take this series?
Well, here's the difficult part. G-Men, yes, they are defending this time, and it is a very heavy Volk-sided map. But if G-Men happen to hold them off, then I can also see Mob Squad being on Volk. They'll play a lot more reserved, they'll play a lot more defensive, and they'll keep it super tight. And when they have kept it super tight on Downfall, it's been very hard for G-Men to be able to break through. This time we did see them go a little too aggressive, and I think that lost it.
That's very true. They sent that round away. They sent a lot of guys far off the objective, right into the den of wolves, right where G-Men were. G-Men had four guys up there on that north-south Marsoc Tower area, and they sent one up there. Another one was right there in the building next to what we would call South All-Purpose or Dark Room Objective Building. And yeah, I mean, they lost the one guy in the dark room. STB was taken out after he was forced to remove himself. Then you have that unfortunate team kill with your final two defenders against four Marsoc players. Yeah, that round just fell apart really quick for Mob Squad. Unfortunately, they were the ones, I think, that kept G-Men in this current map.
Yep, you got to be careful with that team kill. You have to be careful. It sucks because it's a lot of split-second decisions, but it's that split second to realize that he is on your team and not letting that pressure get to your head as much. And that's easier said than done, for sure.
Absolutely. And I've been on both the giving and the receiving end of those quick split-second team kills myself. But you'd think it happened a lot less now, especially with the detached tablet. You can set that thing down, so that way you don't even have to keep pulling it out. You can just look down, check, is that where my teammate is? Or just having the better situational awareness of knowing, hey, I've got a teammate over here in the valley to my south. I got one in the east. I got one in the west, whatever have you. But, you know, things happen. Split-seconds decisions aren't always the best decisions, and sometimes you have to apologize rather than ask for permission.
Yep, exactly. Now let's listen to what Mob Squad has planned.
I'm not going south. I'm going to go north, all the way around to Red Truck, and then up the other way on the east side.
All right, it looks like they're going to push a couple of them north, and then wrap north on that east side. Go maybe through the Red Truck, kind of the way Nightfire was going in the last round.
Nightfire's running up aggressively, though. Nolamite spotted him, though. They know right where Nightfire is at. Nightfire throws a flash, though. He peeks the corner.
Oh, and our Semper gets taken out as he moves up the steps in the South Marsoc building. However, Nolamite knows that he's still alive. He's going around for the revive.
I'm surprised he's going for the revive, though. Surprisingly not taken out, though.
That is amazing. Oh, but our Semper gets dropped. Did he just get dropped by Plots?
I'm not sure, but Nightfire did get taken out. We know that for sure.
I think Plots might have just taken out Semper, but he did also pick up Nightfire as well. So we've got one guy pushing. Yeah,
tough situation to call, for sure. But now they are getting a very good spread on objective. And they're starting to move around to get the jump on them.
Luckily, they've only lost one on each side. It's still a 4v4 push. We've got, who is that? What is that? STB House is on the far northwest, coming up that two-story helicopter objective building. He's going to try and get a couple of picks off the guys, take off their flanks, and then hopefully let his guys get in there. But at this time, I'm just not seeing how this current attack plan is going to work out.
Yep. Now here's the scary part. They're surrounding the objective, and ever since they relit that white tower building where Mob Squad thought G-Men were going to be, they're not there anymore. And so now you're seeing that they have a lot more of a position to be able to move up on, and possibly Mob Squad might be able to get some picks off while they're watching SCB House fire at them. So you got to be very careful about that.
Yeah, and it looks like Squigukin's making his way through the valley. Hopefully his teammate doesn't see him and shoot him again. And then actually, there's a guy running way up here on the south ridge line. Who is that? It looks like Nolamite's way up now on the south hills. looking to get a couple of picks from up here, or maybe just use it as a way to traverse over into this southwest corner. You got to be careful up there because you're skylighted pretty well.
Yep.
And all it takes is for one person to just notice that, and it's over for you.
Once you're seen, and there's not a lot of cover for you to be able to adjust.
Looks like Squigookin is now in the southwest valley exit. He might have seen Chief Pineapple in the south dumpster building.
This is the hardest part also, watching this round in the tent.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Squigookin does see Chief. He takes a few shots. Unfortunately, he hits the hillside in front of him and does not connect with the building.
Oh,
Squigookin
takes
takes out Chief. Nice shots from Squigookin. Nolamite providing cover. And we've apparently lost 404 inside the dark room as well from somewhere.
That was probably from the mountain.
Yeah, that might have been Nolamite. STB House and G-Man get into a firefight. STB House goes down, but he is revivable.
And he's able to call out where he knows one is. And now, knowing who so far has been taken out, they have a good idea of how many are left on objective. And G-Man's getting kind of far away from objective, knowing how far and who many is left. And right now, they do have no one on objective. They have one watching near objective, and G-Man is moving now onto objective.
Ooh, Nolamite able to take out Studio, but is then taken out by the G-Man. It's just the G-Man now versus Squigookin and STB House, who is down, but still providing vital information to Squigookin.
Yep, he'll know exactly where he's at, but that 12 time will be hard to aim for. Squigookin taken out. G-Man has tied it up 3-3 again.
Here we go. Another match going to the final round. G-Man pulling that one out of their butts.
Oh man, that was lucky. Unfortunately, I do think Nolamite was caught too out in the open. And that was one of the biggest disadvantages they had that round. He was an easy pick off, and then sometimes getting those quick aims with the 12 times is very difficult to do.
That's true. I feel like Squigookin would have had his crosshairs already aimed on that side of the building. But who knows? Maybe he took him off for a second. And yeah, it is hard to get target acquisition quickly with the 12X. However, I want to say that shot, man, Nolamite got shot at first as he moved up through that open area. And then still managed to pull his weapon up on that guy, shoot him, and take him out. So props to Nolamite on that. That was a beautiful shot. Unfortunately, there was another guy there to back the enemy up. He got taken down because of it. And, you know, c'est la vie. However, I got to give him props for that. That was a great shot. He took fire, returned fire, and got his kill first.
Yeah. Oh man, this is a very, very close game right here. You could not have asked for a closer game. We are going to a 3-3 game twice now to decide the rounds.
It's absolutely amazing, and you know these maps have gone on so long. We're coming up actually on the 2-hour mark from the start of the match. I'm sure these guys are really starting to feel it now. I don't know about you there in Utah, but here in LA, it was 98 plus degrees today outside. So if these guys are dealing with temperatures anything like I am, or like anyone else across the country is, they are probably sweating, soaking wet in their play spaces as they go into this last round for the second map.
Yeah, it does get draining. Even just, I mean, this is a physical game, moving around, manually aiming. If you have to drop to the ground and crawl, I mean, you're literally on the ground moving. This is as physical as a VR game can get. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like some of the other games where you move a lot more and it's more physical, but still, this does take a lot of skill to be able to move around and accurately predict and move to the best of your ability.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here we go. I mean, another 3-3. This decides the match. So they are probably in there being like, guys, this is what we are going to do. Both sides planning out something in very high detail to get this done. Because this decides the match right here.
Yeah, if G-Men manage to come away with this one, they take the series. I mean, they'll still play the third map for the points because, as we've mentioned earlier, the points definitely matter still in this season on that third map. But they can give Mob Squad their second loss of the season here, and within 24 hours. So hopefully Mob Squad comes back. They're on defense here. They should have the advantage. They should be able to hold this out and take this map and take it to map 3. But you know, you never know. Who knows? G-Men might pull something out of their hats. maybe a furry rabbit, maybe a snake, maybe a turtle.
Maybe a win.
Yeah, maybe a win. They might pull it out. So we don't know. But oh my goodness, G-Men gets the quick spawn. They're already pushed up. They're to the center hotel for the most part.
And this is where timing comes into a very big factor. Knowing, hey,
oh my goodness.
with
and G-Men have already taken out 2 members of Mob Squad. It's already
3.
a 5v3. 3 members. It's now a 5v2. And none of them have made it to the objective room. If they can get up on that building without the gentleman, without whoever that is, STB House, I believe, in White House, seeing them, this could be over.
They've got the objective. They can win it 5-3 right here. There's no one on the objective. He's covering firing while Swooty's moving in. Smokes are coming out. They are too far from objective. I wonder if they actually realize that there are so few left.
Nightfire's firing on the guy in the North Dark Room. Swoodio is moving in. Tablet already out. He's ready to go in for the cap.
He's getting the cap so far. He might be able to get the call out on Mob Squad to peek the corner.
Squigookin can't see him. It's over. Mob Squad, or I'm sorry, G-Men get the cap. Mob Squad loses the map 5-0. That means G-Men have successfully won the series going into map 3.
5-3. 5-3.
Oh, 5-3. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm looking at the broken scoreboard.
It says 0, yeah, but yeah. It wasn't that big of a blowout this time, so. But
wow.
yeah.
And we see what we just mentioned. Magic just came out of the hat. G-Men got the draw on the quick spawn. They capitalized so quickly. What was that, 15, 20 seconds before they took out 75% of the defending team? That's amazing.
Well,
wow.
and like I said, it comes down to the timing. You
really
know that, hey, well, if we get this spawn, this is where they spawn, and we just have to run up, and we can get to this position before they can spot us. And they just played it exceptionally well.
That was, yeah, absolutely. Props to G-Men on that one. That was a great play. They capitalized on the fact that the remaining 2 defenders weren't near the objective. I was a little concerned that old Swooty was going to get shot there by Squig as Squig exited the White House, but he was good. He got the cap out, and man, they pulled that rabbit out of their hat. Pulled the win, pulled the map win, the series win. This is all for points at this point, and I'm sure Mob Squad is not too happy right now. Second loss in 2 days. Coming off of a second place finish in the UK Invitational, it's got to be tough. But, you know, it's the start of the season. It's only week 2. There's a lot of games still left to be played, a lot of challenges to be made. So don't think that they're down and out. Don't think that they're out of the fight. These guys are all, number 1, great players, and number 2, great guys. I had the pleasure to meet with them in the UK at the ESL Invitational. So, you know, I wish the best for them. I wish the best for all the teams, but I'm loving to see the level of competition that's coming out, the fires that have been lit under the butts of the teams that are near the top. So this is great for everyone, really.
Oh, most definitely. But here's the toughest part also. Mob Squad hasn't had the easiest start of the season either. They've gone against 2 very, very highly skilled teams right off the bat. I mean, we've seen G-Men. Let me see who they've...
They played SMC Tactical, which they pulled out with a 3-point win, and then they played Gunning on Empty, which they destroyed, I think, 13-2.
Correct. That's 100% correct. So, I mean, that's tough. So, I mean, G-Men, they've also had a pretty good record so far, especially taking down SMC Tactical. That is huge. And that means they've already taken down 1 team from the Invitational, and now they've taken down a second with Mob Squad. So, I mean, G-Men are looking very good right now.
Yeah, that's true. We did say that coming into this map, that G-Men have been playing strong. They're really showing it. I think their pickup of Chief Pineapple is really proving, because he's getting some of those crucial kills late in the match. But yeah, overall, I think everyone's just playing so tough. I'm now a little worried when Danglers plays G-Men. I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. Man.
We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Or just challenge them. Just challenge them. Call it good.
I know the boys on the Dangler squad aren't scared of the challenge. That's for sure. We sure as hell don't mind taking it to the top teams. But yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit closer of a game than originally anticipated. And it looks like here we go. We're gonna have that north wall center quadrant objective here on the first map. G-Men gonna be attacking. Let's see where they're coming from.
And this is the tough part, though. This is an objective that is easy to be planted on because there are so many different angles for you to plant on it. That wall right there and the cement blocks are so easy. Those make great cover for you to be able to cap on.
Absolutely. Now Mob Squad starting out. Nice star pattern spread. Looks like they're setting up a good 360-degree perimeter. Sans the west side because they know that their enemy is going to have spawned east of them. So they're going to have to go quite a long way. Nolomite and STB House on the north. STB House at the tank. Nolomite here at the rooftop. They're going to try and cut off that northern approach with G-Men already losing a man coming out of the Sarlacc pit spawn. Or, sorry, no, north pit spawn.
Well, now we know what you call it. Ha, we'll know what you're talking about.
Actually, that's not what I call it.
Oh, really?
Backwards, yeah. Oh, STB House takes out, I believe that was Nightfire there in the north. They've already gotten another, and yeah, it's already down to a 3v4 here. Mob Squad holding the advantage. The other two G-Men currently locked up in the center east.
Oh, and I was actually very surprised. Mob Squad going for a run at it. Running completely out in the open and getting picked off, and now it's a tie game again, 3v3.
You know, this is a little unlike Mob Squad pressure. Oh, but they managed to take out another member of G-Men. They took out 404 there in that far east, and now Chief Pineapple. So it's just the G-Man left here on the northeast, or the northeast side, yeah. Now he's running for his life. He's got just about every member of Mob Squad after him. It's 2v1. And he's taken down. Mob Squad take the win. Yeah, but I agree with you there, Silent. Mob Squad playing a little out of character there in that first round, running at the attackers like that. Maybe they're just not in the best of headspaces after that 2-map loss there. Maybe they're just trying to get this over with at this point, but they managed to squeak out the round, take .1 for the first map or first round. Let's see if they can hold on to it. Maybe at least get some more points on the board before the end of this.
Yeah, at the same time, though, it might not be that. It might be the fact that they know that they got 2 confirmed, and then they were able to confirm where the last 3 were at, and so they were able to surround and take out the last 3.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. It just seems a little out of character for them to
definitely
rush so hard at them on defense. But, you know, who knows? It could be a new tactic Mob Squad's coming up with. We don't know.
That's the tough part. It's difficult to call, but it worked out in this case. Sometimes it might not, but Mob Squad played it very well there and managed to get the kills.
Yeah, agreed. Now it's G-Men's turn. Same objective. And it looks like the same spawn for Marsoc.
Let's see what Mob Squad has to say.
Fuck, I hate these mirrored spawns, man.
It's about as fair as it gets, though.
Yeah, but then they know exactly.
Well, the spawns aren't mirrored, only the objective locations.
Regardless, they know which spawns could possibly be.
I got 2 smokes.
Alright, you want to smoke the street before we cross?
Yeah.
Alright, looks like they're going to be smoking the street. Now, the difficult part about smoking the street is that'll give away where your spawn position is, and people can rotate around and be able to better read where you're coming from. So you got to be kind of careful about that.
I'd say, yeah, and it sounds like Squigookin wasn't too happy with where that smoke went. He's going to rethrow it here as he crosses that South Street.
And we just had a trade over in the desert. Plots, though, coming out on top with that one. Going to maybe be peeking out, but now Plots has a good position here on the roof. Our Simper's there with him. Uh-oh, Plots might be running into some trouble. Doesn't, though. Manages to get the kill. And now that is 2 kills for Mob Squad right there this round, and only losing 1. They have a good circle around.
Sounds like we got some action in the south. One member of Mob Squad is down in the street. Looks like it might be... Yep, it's Nolomite down. Looks like from Chief maybe in the center burning. Squigookin's gonna try and get out there. It looks like to maybe get the res.
Oh man, 4G4 is running away from objective right now. Nightfire is the main one defending it. 4G4 was just taken out from the rooftop.
Uh-oh, this is not good. Squigookin is called out. Chief Pineapple's position on the second floor, as he was the one who killed Nolamite. However, Mob Squad has managed to take out some of the remaining defenders. And I don't know, it's not looking good. Mob Squad could come in and get the cap here.
Yep, now here's the problem. Plots is moving in from behind. If Nightfire is taken out, they have a very, very good chance at getting the cap. Nightfire is kind of their last line of defense right there.
That's it. And we also have Semper up on the roof. He's watching that north court, or that center burning courtyard. He's already got eyes on the objective. He could, if Plots clips Nightfire, he could wrap back around that burning building there in the west, go through the pit and under the wing, unbeknownst to anyone, and take the cap right there from under Chief's nose. But Chief seems to be aware. He might have even seen the movement. Chief's moving out to the street. Plots sees it, puts fire on him. Chief fires back. Nightfire comes out and takes Plots down.
The problem is...
Oh no, he did get Chief.
Yep, the problem is that gave away Nightfire's position.
You're absolutely correct. And let's see, you still got Nolamite and Squigookin both now up in the south. Squigookin was able to get that res up while the distraction was coming from Plots on that north side. So that's not good. They can definitely come and take out Nightfire or Chief. Huh.
So you just have to take out Nightfire. Or, that's the tough part. If you actually smoke where the cement blocks are, you can plant from that side of the wall without being seen. Your hand has to stick out a little bit in order to get close enough to the objective, but you have the rest of the wall guarding your body. If they're able to do that, Mob Squad might be able to move in and get the cap right here. Two minutes left, though. Here's kind of the dangerous part of where Nightfire is at, though. If they come in through the gas station, he doesn't exactly have the best cover on the side of him.
Yeah, that is a good point. Also, all that really has to be done, as I come over and just kind of line myself up here with Nightfire's point of view. Oh, and there it goes. Mob Squad wins the second round. It's going 2-0 on Quarantine 1. But our Semper could have left that rooftop, come down here under the wing, and actually made it behind the wall with the concrete barriers, laid prone, and Nightfire, I don't think ever would have saw him.
Yep.
Just from the angle that he was positioned at. So a missed opportunity there, but they managed to skip the point, and it's now 2-0 for Mob Squad going into round number 3 here on Quarantine 1.
Yep, and now here's the fun part. This objective here at the semi-truck in the desert. That's a dangerous one just because it's so out in the open. And it's kind of hard to defend on just because there's so little for you to hide. But it's also a very hard one to attack on.
Well, I've got a good hide spot for it, but I also agree. I don't like defending this objective. Attacking it, I don't mind as long as I don't get that north pit spawn. But yeah, it's a tough objective, that's for sure, on both sides, both attacking, both defending. Because you got a lot of open space if you're attacking to have to run through to be able to get to it. Unless you go all the way north, you go through that north alley where that rock is, and come up through that little that red tins roof courtyard. Yeah, it's a tough thing on both sides.
Yeah. Oh, man. This is going to be interesting. And also, looking at the score right now, again, a very even spread of kills.
Yeah, that's accurate. Only one kill. It looks like Plots took Nolamite's second kill for the entire team to have 2 kills. And on G-Men, Nightfire stole 404's kill for them to all have even kills. So you see that cohesiveness, that teamwork coming into play. Everyone's pulling their weight. Nobody's really standing out, putting the team in their backpack and running away with it. So
it'll be very interesting to see what ends up happening. Oh man, but I am feeling the pressure right here. That's for sure. G-Men now have a little bit of work cut out for them. I mean, they don't want to lose. They want to get as many points as possible here. They managed to get the 5 points in round 2. Now they need to come back and get as many points as they can in round 3.
Wow, that north pit spawn is just...
It's a favorite, I
popular
guess.
today, isn't it?
Not
that they can choose their spawns, but the game is deciding that everyone is going to spawn in the pit this afternoon. So this could be a quick one. We could see a quick push come out from G-Men. But I have a feeling that's not how it's going to go. I think they're going to go the long route. They're going to try and take away from that. Squig already on point, watching that north spawn, seeing if anybody exits the pit, coming at him from the north. And it looks like he may catch one here, peeking that blue dumpster. And it wasn't him. Plots takes him out. Plots takes down Nightfire. However, Plots may be in some trouble here because it looks like the G-Man and Swoodio taken up to north roof courtyard here just shortly.
He's got to be careful, though, because people might come from behind. Plots has a good position right now to be able to do the flank around without really being noticed if he's careful enough. And again, that dreaded radio tower. You can look through it. You can't shoot through it.
Yeah, on a personal level, I wish that would get fixed. A lot of players now are using it. I wouldn't say exploiting it because it's there. Anyone can do it. It's not something you have to cheat to use or anything, but... Oh, no. And the G-Man gets taken out from the rooftop.
But Swooty is right under him.
But yeah, exactly. Swoodio now taking fire from near the Sarlacc pit on the west side. Looks like our Semper might have seen him.
Swooty's in a little bit of trouble. He's got 2 people looking for...
Oh, and the plane wing saves Swooty from being fragged. Meanwhile, Nolamite is up there on the edge of the building, but for some reason... Oh, and there it is. He finally catches Swooty on the wing. Mob Squad now up 5-2 on the attacking team, the G-Men.
I've been very impressed by Mob Squad on this map. I really thought this was going to be a G-Men favorite. I always have loved watching G-Men with their attack on this.
Absolutely. I definitely didn't think it was going to be as one-sided as this. Though, like we talked about, this is a tough objective. You got Chief Pineapple, though. He's still up. He's still moving. He's in that tank courtyard, checking his tablet. He knows how much time is left. He knows he's pretty much by himself, him and 404. And we'll see what they're going to do, but it's going to be a tough walk for them. Maybe if they can clear out that west side, if they can get Semper and maybe Nolamite off the roof, they can come in from the west and sneak attack. But I doubt that's going to happen because I don't see any suppressors on the G-Men side to conceal themselves enough. So the enemy defenders, they're going to be turned on as soon as they know.
Oh, and now Chief Pineapple is 1v4. Shots against the wall. Ow!
So 404 and our Semper look like they traded there. Our Semper took out 404. Chief Pineapple picked up the refrag, and then Plots came around the corner and just laid Chief Pineapple out there as the final man.
That is absolutely unfortunate. It is not 0-0, folks. Just so you know, it is Mob Squad 3, G-Men 0. Now, Mob Squad has a slight chance of being able to move in and make it 5-0 for this final map. And that would be kind of a fun little blow to do. Because if they happen to win this round, that'll be 10 to 9 points-wise.
Yeah, I was just saying, if G-Men can secure this round and Mob Squad win the next one by 1, this may be a tie game at 10-10, even though G-Men technically get the win for winning 2 of 3 maps. The score will be 10-10 if it goes the way we've just described, with a G-Men win followed by a Mob Squad single-point win. So
yeah,
it's anybody's. Mob Squad may not lose as much MMR as originally thought after pulling this out here. We've been final rounds every map. I'm not expecting this one to go any different, but who knows? If G-Men could just maybe put 1 point on the board here, they can put themselves in a tie situation with Mob Squad, and yeah.
But here's the dangerous part again. Like it's coming down to if Mob Squad can shut them out, they will be winning points wise, and that'll be absolutely huge, and that'll still really help them out in the long run. I mean, are we possibly going to see just that shutout and then making it Mob Squad point win? Oh, man, that's going to be interesting. And that'll be really cool to see how it affects that MMR for them, too.
Absolutely. I'm sure G-Men will still pick up more MMR, but Mob Squad definitely wouldn't lose nearly as much. Maybe even be slightly in the positive?
Yep.
I don't know. I'd have to refresh myself on exactly how the MMR would play out in this case. But let's see how the how Mob Squad attacks this north. And another North Pit spawn. The game is just loving that pit over there today. Let's see how Mob Squad capitalizes on it. Are they going to go in quick and fast, or are they going to go the long route like the G-Men tried to do?
Yeah, let's listen.
461 9380 461 9380 461.
Oh, they are repeating that code over and over again. So they are going for a cap here.
Roof's fired on someone. My guess is the guy who's flanking
Our
south.
Semper, yep. A frag on the other side of the roof. It almost reaches.
404 is on the roof. He's looking east. Squigookin is there at cement trucks looking for 404. He knows 404 is there. He heard the shots come out. Let's see if he can get the pickup. He's firing. Oh, he gets him. 404 is dead. Squigookin is on point. That 12x really coming into his favor. And we've lost one. Yep, Plots is down on Mob Squad side.
Wow, but losing that roof position is kind of a big hit. You do not want to lose that roof position just because of the information it can give to the rest of your team. And here we go. Squigookin and SCB House having a very important move in right now. They got a couple of defenders that they have to watch with. They're moving almost a little bit too close together. SCB House taken out, letting Squigookin know right where they're at. He takes a shot. Is he going to get it? No, but he gets in cover.
Throws a smoke. Pretty much lands right on top of Swooty's position, I think. Oh, and he does manage to take Swooty out on the peak. Swooty got a little greedy, went out of the pit that he was sitting in order to check where Squigookin went, and unfortunately it cost him his life. We're now in a 3v3 situation. You've got Chief Pineapple rotated up to the corner where Swooty just died. He's looking for Squigookin, but Squigookin's not there. He's already pushed west in that north courtyard.
And Nolamite is almost up with where Squigookin is. So, but our Semper...
Our Semper way back there in the south. Not really sure what he's doing way back there, because if his teammates die before he gets up, he's going to end up being solo by himself against 3 mobs, or against 3 G-men. And it's not going to be very helpful. So I think that might have been a little bit too risky of a call being that far off.
At the same time, our Semper is very used to being the last man standing.
Well, yeah, if you're that far off the objective, of course you'll be the last man standing.
Squigookin sneaking up to the roof, though. He might be able to get a pick off Chief Pineapple.
Oh, Chief Pineapple's gonna get
taken out.
Exactly. Yep, Squigookin did see him. He capitalized on it, and he took him out. We've got Nolamite pushing west. He's going west. He's going to try and take out that northwest office building, trying to get over to it before the action happens, but let's see what Nolamite can get to here. He's going to meet up with the G-Man over here in the northwest corner.
And down, but he's going to be able to... Nope, he wasn't able to call it out, but still, that's enough information that Mob Squad knows where the second to last guy is.
All right, and our Semper must have beelined his way. Oh, wait, no, that's Squigookin. Never mind. Our Semper is still pushing in the west.
But he's closer.
Squigookin looting bodies. He's now tossed the smoke on the objective. Let's see. If he can get behind this wall, he might be able to cap on Nightfire here.
Yeah, but Nightfire, I mean, he does have good situational awareness. So it'll be interesting to see. Squigookin, though, retreating now and rotating back around. That's very interesting, especially now that we are coming down to the 2-minute mark. Our Semper is going to have to move very carefully, especially as one of the other G-Men members are now moving to a little bit closer towards the objective.
Yeah, that's it. The G-Man just put himself on white car at the west trench. Our Semper may actually be able to kill him. Never mind. It looks like
he's
G-Man's
right.
Going to reset.
Oh, Squigukins ran almost right out in the open. Nightfire, though, didn't peek. As we go into a minute 35 left in what might be the final round.
All right, it looks like the G-Man did see our Semper here in the west. He's going to wait for him now. He knows he's there. Semper tries to throw a grenade. The airburst didn't work. G-Man's pushing in tight.
Not a trade. Our Semper got the kill.
It's one man.
And they got it.
Goes down. Mob Squad does take it. That's 4-0 on Quarantine, giving them a 10-9 point win. Wow. 6 plus 4, that's 10.
2-9. Wow.
So G-Men win the series with the map wins on the first 2 maps, but Mob Squad pull it out in the end and have a points win of 10-9. That's crazy. I'm interested to see how the MMR is going to play out on that.
No kidding. But wow, we were in for a treat on that one. No kidding.
Absolutely. We definitely picked a good game to cast this week. It's been a great back and forth. I almost kind of wish they had to play a map 4 just to figure out the point difference, but wow, that was great. Happy to have been a part of that cast.
At the same time, I'd be ready. I'd be done. I'd be like, that would be absolutely exhausting right there. But G-Man managed to come out with the win on that one. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this cast. It has been an absolute pleasure. Sleep, thank you so much for joining me on this one. Wow.
Yeah, my pleasure, and yeah, I completely agree with you. We chose the right one, back and forth all night. Long match. I know the players are tired, but we definitely got to see a lot of great plays. And unfortunately, Mob Squad wasn't able to pull it out, but they did win in the points. So, I mean, that's just the kind of stuff we're going to be seeing this season without the +3 on the 2 map wins. So, I was happy to be here. I'm glad this was my first cast. I hope I did justice to the league and to the casters. And thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Always a pleasure. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this as well. It's not possible without the viewers. So, if you guys haven't already heard, go ahead and check out this website right here. It's freaking amazing. It's where you are able to sign up for a team if you haven't already. It is vrmasterleague.com. And then on top of that, we have not only this Twitch channel, which if you haven't given it a follow, go ahead and do that, but also a YouTube channel where everything is uploaded. That is Onward Master League, if I remember correctly, on the YouTube channel. If you look it up, it will be there. But guys, again, thank you so much for being part of here, and this is Silent Night and Sleepy signing out.
Take it easy, everybody.